Oh, welcome back, everybody. Hope you all had a wonderful day of Dota after we left. We've got Riyadh Masters 2023, the final day here of the group stages. This extended group stages, Trent. It's been a crazy one.
We had a couple.
I know. That's what's nuts, and it's still not over. And it might actually never end because there are some tiebreakers that could be happening. We'll talk more about that in a little bit. But first of all, how's your day? How's your morning? It's not quite as early for you as it is for me, but it's still morning.
Well, I don't know if I mentioned over the past couple of days, but the torrential rainfall here has been really something. You can't get anywhere. We lost all our roads. They're just gone. Someone's out there trying to find them. But I do have great news. Despite there being the most flooding there's been in like 50 years, and we got the equivalent of about 3 months of rainfall over 24 hours. Due to this rainfall, the raft that is at our like family cottage thing launched itself. Since the whole lake rose so high, including going a foot in the cottage, the raft floated out into the lake. So I no longer have to go and lift the raft out. So,
That's great.
I'd call that a positive in the end.
Well, you talked about the infrastructure there, and you know what I always say? Infrastructure is like the format of a tournament, and we have a format right now that we can.
You say that all the time.
Exactly. And the format here has not been torrentially rained upon, nor drenched, nor killed. We are still sitting with the same format that we had before. The tiebreaker situation is going to be insane. So right now you can see of Group A and Group B, top four move on. In the upper bracket, these are the teams that are competing in it. All of them trying to get into that playoffs. But there is so much contention. In Group A, only Quest is through. The other 7 teams could be anywhere in that situation. And then in Group B, you just have the top 2 sitting there of Bet Boom and Talon that are guaranteed through as well. The whole rest of the field is also in a dangerous position. We got a couple of games for you today that are going to get played for this huge prize pool going on. $15 million, $5 million for the top placement. And we're going to determine a couple more of the teams that are dropping out in these earlier stages. Again, this is going to be for the $100,000 mark. And for us on this stream for today, at the very least, there's going to be EG versus Xtreme and then Aster versus Shopify. We'll find out how many more other games are going on after the fact. Trent.
I have a feeling there will be more. I don't even know if there's actually possibly a way where there can't be more. I haven't done the math yet.
Look at that Spirit Breaker.
He looks good. He's very detailed.
Wow.
If someone popped that out of a 3D printer, I'd be very pleased. I'd be like, wow, this is excellent. This would make great miniatures for like a little board game.
True. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but you're right. Yeah, I don't know if there's
no,
a way
it was
that
worth
can happen.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
Draw attention to it.
Yeah, it looks good. This is it's messy, folks. It's really messy. And we have one of the most pivotal ones here for you, though, of course. Because EG and Xtreme are tied at the bottom of the table, keep in mind, the only thing separating them is 2 games from up top.
Right.
If Team Spirit were to get 2-0'd and you were to 2-0 your opponent, suddenly you're tied with the team who was just in second. So it is extremely even across the board. But nonetheless, they are still tied at the bottom. They're 5-7. OG's 5-7. So getting 2-0'd here would be very bad for EG or Xtreme. Going 1-1, and I just don't even know. It's still going to be bad, honestly, because you're still at the bottom and you're not moving. So...
Right. So that's the thing that's interesting. Again, for anybody that hasn't looked at the schedule recently, right now, Team Spirit in second place in the group at 7-5. EG, OG, Xtreme, all tied at 5-7 at the very bottom. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? It's just 7 teams that are within 2 games of each other. Surely there won't be any tiebreakers. But, I mean, realistically, the thing that's crazy about it is, like, if there are, like, so let's just imagine for a second that EG and Xtreme 1-1, not outside of the realm of possibility. Then you take a look at a situation with like LGD and Quest, right? And let's just say that they go 1-1 as well. Or let's say that Quest 2-0s, and now suddenly LGD is also going to be stuck at that 6-8 mark. And let's say for like, 9 Pandas and Team Spirit, they end up in a situation where 9 Pandas get 2-0'd. Now there's 4 teams at 6-8. And then if Gaming Gladiators OG, if they go 1-1, you literally would have 2 teams tied at like 7-5 or something like that, and then like 5 teams at 6-8. And I don't know how you break a 5-way tiebreaker.
A 5-way tiebreaker that spans the upper bracket, 2 lower slots, and 2 eliminations.
Yeah, like what do you do then? And that's very possible. All of those things are very, very possible.
A little too possible, frankly. I'm kind of worried now. Maybe we are going to get called back in.
That's what I was thinking. Like, you might have to replay the whole freaking group stage. I'm not sure what they're going to do.
Now that's a good idea.
Yeah. I mean,
we got time.
And that's just one group, you know?
Listen, I'm looking here. It says grand final starts in 6 days, 5 hours, and 58 minutes. So as far as I'm concerned, we got time.
Yeah, we got plenty of time. Surely it'll all work itself out. Well, we need to just get the game back underway here. And we did have a full lobby with both teams selecting side and everything was ready to go. And then
we didn't.
Whisper just ended up heading out of there. He is apparently having some tech issues. So we're going to go to a quick break. And when we get back, we're going to have the game for all you fine folks. See you then. And welcome back, everybody. We just got Whisper back into the lobby, so we should be underway in just a moment here.
Wait.
They gave me just enough time to put my tweet out. That was wonderful of them. Thank you very much.
He's back?
Yeah.
Oh. I thought, like, maybe, I could stand in.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah? I don't know. I figure I can handle Whisper's role. What's he even do? It's like,
Not a whole.
just
Yeah.
be the most farm person, try and carry the game.
I think that he gives back to the team, which is a role probably that you could fill just as well, if not better. So,
I would agree.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I would be good at, it would be backseating. So I'll just backseat all the other lanes till they all succeed.
Right. Yeah, it seems good. Well, unfortunately,
I'll be dead, so I'll have lots of time to just watch their lanes, since I won't be able to keep up with anyone else in the match.
That's fair. Reasonable. Well, we're already into the game now, and a first ban against Whisper himself, taking away that Legion commander, and then the Ember first phase from EG. Interesting.
We're there, are we? That's what we've come to. This hero is just that much of an issue. I guess maybe it's more of a second and third. Wow, and snap. Okay, all right. I like this idea. Get rid of these crazy mid heroes that are just winning and taking over the map.
Yeah. I think Ember first phase ban to me is it is a very interesting idea, because it's it's counterable, but if you don't do the hardest counters in the game, he kind of gets to do what he wants to do, and it's that's really, really good to do in Dota right now. Just run at people and fight and kill, and it's what Storm Spirit does too. So, all right, nice start to this one with the Coddle in combo. Xtreme going for this ET. I don't love it. Oh, okay. All right.
That was fast.
Huh.
EG are kind of drafting like how we have seen Xtreme draft in the past, where they were really picking in the first phase. They were taking Storm, they would take Ember, they would take Snap as available. Then it got banned almost every single game by their opponents, and they would. I don't know. It felt like they just had these certain heroes they really wanted, being like Storm, Mars, Ember, and now they've taken it from EG and Xtreme. Is this? I think they might have played. Actually, yeah, they did play one Meepo game. Is that it?
Yeah, with the Undying against
two
Pandas.
Meepos. Hold. Okay,
Couple.
so they've had at least two Meepos so far.
Yeah.
All right. And what role was this Meepo? Let me see here. We did one offlane Meepo. That was one I heard about. What was their other Meepo? Also offlane Meepo. Okay, so they've done two 3 Meepos for JT. Gotcha.
Okay. I will say, if there's a player on this team that I want to sort of give the proverbial ball to, it's going to be JT for Xtreme. I think that guy's a game winner. And usually I love seeing him on his Magnus or one of those types of heroes. But Meepo, not exactly the same, but kind of fits that bill.
It looks like one of their games was very interesting versus 9 Pandas, though, where they were leading quite heavily. The Meepo was starting to pick up steam, and at 35 minutes... They were just owning. They had gotten themselves to a 15k cold lead, and then they lost 4 heroes, including a Meepo buyback by the looks of it, and the game just ended.
They lost.
That was it. They lost. Then they lost from their 13k lead at 35 minutes, and 9 Pandas end up winning 6 minutes later with a 10k lead.
Yikes.
It was a full collapse of a Meepo draft. So that's kind of exciting.
Well, they know what not to do now.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, so I guess the ET is sort of to cover the Meepo in a way, but there is also already a Storm now that can get into an Aghanim Scepter later on, so they already have some sort of control, and also a hero that can easily join a gank if they're trying to find Meepo off in the woods somewhere. So it's not the worst hero to go against. Obviously, Meepo really good at killing Storm if he's able to jump him first as well.
Yeah, and in case you guys are looking for more Meepo counters, the reasoning behind the ET is, you can probably guess, he gets a bunch of damage, a bunch of armor, a bunch of speed. He loves fighting Meepos. Just gets a bunch of Meepos. It is by far ET's best matchup in the game. It's statistically, he has a very good time versus the Meepo, so it's a good one. The other ones that we go towards are the Winter Wyvern. It's being a bit of a classic one. And then you got, your old school, your Svens, your Earthshakers. They can kind of get it done. What roles are left for EG that stand out. Potentially like mid Wyvern or core, but I think the support one's more effective. The Timber's already banned out. The Legion Commander's banned out in terms of like meta heroes that are pretty good versus the Meepo. Leshrac is quite strong, and that is a hero that a lot of these players on EG have played before. But it's a little hard to make it work with the Storm Spirit. Even though we've had Whisper Lesh, you still need to be like a really big Leshrac to get that counterplay going.
Yeah, no, definitely. And there are still, I think the Lich is an interesting one. Chain Frost can be good. If you get to like super late game, then you've got like the Aghanim Scepter for a good amount of control. But I would imagine that the way that Xtreme Gaming want to play this, they're not going to be getting to that late stage scenario. In Xtreme, they're just going to run with the Wind Ranger. So assuming this is going to be mid now, since they know the Storm Spirit matchup, so a couple of cores revealed early for Xtreme. The next pick to come. And of course, EG will have that last counter pick.
And not here we've seen too much lately. She's not really in there at the moment. No. I feel like with the Wind Ranger. Probably they're, either 5 or they're 4. They can just pick their other support. ET's great because you can run a 5 or 4. DY plays a great ET, but so does Zinq. So it definitely just depends. Even this could be 5 or 4 for both roles, which I really like about Disruptor. Sometimes it really shines in the 4 role. And it's a pretty solid matchup. They have good vision. Whenever you're playing Disruptor, you want forward vision, either through just like really good wards or anything that can provide vision. So Power Shot, great. ET Spirit, great. You can always just get a little clutch glimpse back in there too. So, and then in the mid to late game, when Storm Spirit can start getting a little out of control, Disruptor is one of those great options when you get the Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, and Glimpse obviously pulling him out of zip, all the rest of it could be pretty nice for him there. We'll see if he's able to have a good start to this game, either the DY or the Zinq. I do feel like Zinq ET sort of rolls off the tongue a little bit better. But time will tell. EG gonna pick up that Monkey King. Now that is an interesting hero against Meepo. I kind of like that for an idea. Level 25 Wukong's gonna be strong.
Cool. Yeah, we really got the late game on lockdown here. They're screaming your bud here, Mr. Darkseer, I feel like.
That's true.
That's the kind of offlaner that I'm looking for sure for Whisper, something like that. I feel like Batrider's still in. Batrider's still in. That's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So maybe depending on what the carry is for Xtreme, you could find one of those more dominating offlane heroes. Especially because you'll have the Coddle too.
I still don't mind the Wyvern offlane though. I think that it has a lot of value in this if they wanted to run it.
Yeah, it actually still doesn't look that bad. I go for the Mars instead. That'd be pretty stable as well. Very active offlane hero.
We'll get to see their matchup first, which will be nice. Banning out the Naga after the Primal and the Mars were taken out of the pool. So what do they want to take away from Xtreme here?
10 seconds remaining.
There is a gotcha of a Brood still if they wanted to do like a safe lane Brood, but most of the good Brood options are still in. They've banned the Naga Siren, they've banned the Pango, but other than that, Timber's banned too. Mars is banned. Actually, this would be kind of funny.
If they just did the Brood?
Imagine if EG banned, I don't know, what other carry would I guess because it would be their offlane hero. I'm trying to think. They're obviously just like a Tide still just chilling right now, though. So if they tried to go safe lane Brood, the Tide's going to have a fine time.
Yeah, and honestly,
I'm just thinking cheesy. Yeah, that's true.
They already have a Meepo. Surely that's enough cheese.
No. Must go higher.
I like, actually,
more cheese.
Juggernaut, the healing ward sounds kind of sick with Meepo.
Dude, what if they just took Anti-Mage? Because Meepo owns Anti-Mage, right?
Yeah.
They banned the Faceless Void. What's left? Monkey King itself is a pretty good matchup, so that's already one thing. But it's
right.
it's not the worst.
I don't know.
It's a little unnecessary, I'll say. There's no need to go cheesy. They have a Meepo, like you said. Go Slark. That's
okay.
Super, super safe.
And gives Meepo a little bit of cover there too with the shard, right? That's what I was kind of thinking with
nice.
The Juggernaut pick is something that helps him deal with this. I kind of like the Jug a little more, but Slark gives them some of that late game potential if things fall apart a little bit.
I like the Depth Shroud because of the difficulties of being locked down inside the Storm Spirit pole. That potential Lich Eggs that you mentioned is actually kind of scary. That could become something. And, if you get there, being stuck inside Wukong's command, Depth Shroud looks really valuable this game.
Dude, give me the Dark Seer. You're right. Let's run it. It sounds pretty sick right now.
Yeah, and they can't pick the Bat necessarily because of the Slark. That makes it a little bit tougher.
Just do it, Whisper. Tell Matthew what to pick. Get him to do it. Ooh, or are we going to see...
Dude, the Leshrack's actually legit, though, because there's Meepo and Slark.
Yeah, that's true. Oh!
Okay.
All right.
And I assume that's Whisper. Yeah, okay, Whisper is going to take it. Pretty safe guess, but just had to make sure.
I mean, look, you're never going to... I'm never going to turn this down. You put Whisper on the game-winning hero. They got the blue hole and the black hole in this game for when the Storm Spirit Aghanims comes out. I think we're going to see some special stuff here. I think that there's some really cool potential coming out from EG. Xtreme feels like it's sort of this, this train that's going down the tracks, and they're going to eventually just bowl over and kill whoever is laying down on them.
There's no one's hitting the switch. This isn't one of those those problems where you're going to tell me who I have to save.
Exactly. Whisper is going to just come out and shoulder check the train off the freaking tracks, though, to save everybody.
No one ever thinks of that
for it. Exactly.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay. If I'm looking for Xtreme, I see a Meepo, Windranger, and Slark cores, which to me is 3 different core heroes that can both just show up, do their thing, and go back to farming a little bit, and they're kind of all happy with that. But at the same time, Windranger notoriously always feels like you just need one more item. That's how it always feels in this hero. Or you miss a shackle, suddenly the gank just doesn't work. So it is a little volatile because of that. But I will say I'm a little worried. I would be worried if I was EG. The pairings with this Disruptor feel so good. If I was the Disruptor in this game, I would feel incredible. I feel like there's so many ways I'm going to get a good glimpse. I should have vision advantage on my team because I have a Slark, right? So Slark's been going around getting those D wards. Xingqiu is going to be up in their face because he's an ET. He can kind of body his way in there and be all beefy and run away and do some sleep setups. It looks very crafty from Xtreme.
That's fair. I hear what you're saying, and I like what you're saying. We're getting into this game. We're going to pop into it now. Game number 1, EG facing off against Xtreme. Again, massive amounts of tiebreakers to be decided, potentially, based upon the results of these games that are happening right now. But the one thing I will say is that this feels like it fits what EG wants to do in a way, right? I think you get BKB on Storm and just let C Smile try his hardest to feed. Just do everything he can to feed in this game. He zips into everybody, gets pounced, gets latched, gets everything, and then let Whisper come in and clean up. C Smile breaks their brains into thinking that there's something bad happening, and then Whisper comes in once they're out of position and all insanity is broken loose. What do you think? Have I sold you?
I think he needs to do everything this game. I think this game is entirely on C Smile. I think they're at a disadvantage in terms of the way they need to play this game. I think he needs to play out of his mind. I think that Lich Coddle support duo is one of the last support duos I'd want to see as a mid laner. This is the support duo of just so I have to do everything. All right, you guys are going to give me the chakra magic and you'll give me the armor, and that's kind of cool, but you guys got any spells? Chain Frost on solo pickoffs? Not that great. Coddle, damage early. Sure, they have other redeeming factors. Coddle can farm waves, get some bigger items later on that can help out, but their 10 to 15 minutes just looks pretty abysmal.
Yeah,
it looks so hard to execute in comparison. It's not to say that you can't make plays during that time frame, but I don't think it looks very easy.
Can I just say real quickly as well, look at that ward block that they're doing and then grabbing the creep wave with it.
I hate that. Teaguff tweeted about that 3 weeks ago, and I forget what I tweeted, but I sent harsh words to him.
By the way, I also want to put one other sentry thing out as Monkey King's trying to block this. He's not going to be able to do it in time. But if we can look mid briefly down by C Smile and the sentry ward that's there to the right, That one caught the observer ward that was up on the high ground, and it catches almost all observer wards on that cliff there. Really cool placement for both of those sentries.
Yeah, that's nice.
Map changes, baby.
Locking it down.
Well, regardless, the wave is shoving out. Xingqiu is there to ensure that camp does not spawn. They're not going to be able to pull it back into position. So a bit of a frustrating start down in the bottom lane for Pakaz and Panda. Xingqiu gets some good damage there onto the Lich. Oh no, Boundless. Taking level 1.
That's kind of wild. I mean, it
Stay
did
away
save a
from
lot of
his support.
HP, unless, unfortunately... Oh, the slow! Xingqiu, he was about to punch the courier again, but he got hit by the slow of Panda. The Frost Blast actually saved Monkey King's courier.
Oh, well,
Other
all
important
this
things are
lane
happening.
stuff and yeah.
This was better. No, this
right.
was better because they helped us. They were scratching each other's backs. The Boundless Strike to stop him from taking half his HP on Panda, and then into Panda slowing to save Pakaz's courier. Like, that's just teamwork, guys. That's his Wraith Band.
I like that. You remember the other day when we saw the blades of attack drop on the ground and then we weren't able to pick it up? That wasn't teamwork. This is teamwork.
That's right.
Oh man, Whisper is going to have a free game so far, and Slark not having a good time. JT, I mean, in spite of the lane being in the right position, he's not actually able to get that much CS. Kaz kind of owning him here, and the combination of the two are really messing with him. Xingqiu, again, walking over and grabbing creep waves. He's not able to provide any help to JT at all.
That's certainly not a very good start to your game, is it? Here comes the creep wave now, at the very least.
Oh, Panda interrupted it, though. He pulled one creep wave to the side. And all that pulling does nothing. Oh, man. That is frustrating for JT, I'm sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, obviously, it is a Meepo, though, so when the levels start to stack up, there will certainly be a scary moment they'll have to watch for.
Right.
Where he's going to stack some nets, and then even ET just pops up with an Echo Stomp, and could be frightening, but it also comes down to just Meepo being a rather vulnerable hero at times with a micro and whatnot. But, I mean, Whisper got first blood. Whisper's going for an early helm. They do not have a lot to deal with an early helm on the side of Xtreme. Aside from, you could say kind of Meepo, but Meepo's probably not going to be in the same vicinity for a while. We've had a couple Meepo games. The craziest, most successful things we've seen has been utilizing it by jabs, deal with objectives. He was going around to even steal Lotus Orbs. Sorry, not Lotus Orbs, but the Lotuses at 6 minutes. He would send a Meepo to do that. You might send a Meepo over to the Wisdom Rune. He's really using it for more than just going to the next camp every time. These lane shenanigans down bottom, this is a whole replay in itself that you could probably watch as support players.
And I think that EG is doing the better end of the engagement for sure. A lot of that is just because having some better laney mechanics, it feels like, or something, or the CS advantage because he's Monkey King. But regardless, that as well as top lane. Mid. Oh, mid. Okay, more stuff. See Smile in trouble. Paparazzi trying to finish him off, but the turn.
Oh, wait, 5 mana.
He's fine.
5 mana.
Instead, it's up top where Ghost goes down.
There. All right,
back bottom. Xingqiu ends up dying because. I mean, look, we talked about how good this lineup from Xtreme looks, but that's only if they get out of the lanes. Right now, these side lanes are a disaster for Xtreme.
Yeah, but he got him with the cut down, so it's okay, right?
Yeah, sure. No, JT tries to net, but the pullback is there. JT in trouble because he has Boundless back up in 2-1. Can they chase it forward? Doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. Oh, Panda, though. It's the courier. And your little dog, too. Goes.
Fair.
Oh, almost got the blinding light push back up top there. Dude, look at the denies in this game. It's a 2K gold lead at 5 minutes.
Yeah, they look fantastic right now. The lanes are definitely owning. And, I'm worried about rotations, what they can do with these two supports, but there is no doubt that Lich obviously very good at one thing, trying to secure your safe laner. But it's not even just the hero. It's definitely a lot to do with how these guys have been playing it together.
Oh.
But here's an early rotation.
Yeah, they're like, all right, screw lanes. We're just going to bring everybody. Whisper trying to survive through it. Not going to happen. They brought 4 heroes top at 6 minutes. A testament to how things are going. Focus fire. Mid. See Smile, not quite level 6. Panda pulls back Paparazzi and the rune. It's going to spawn up top, which does mean Q gets there in time to help try and secure it. Paparazzi still taking a good chunk of damage there. They're trying to make sure he gets that arcane rune and actually is going to get it to him. JT, though, I mean, the Meepo keeps on moving around. He dies for it, and that gives 6 now to C Smile. Pulls him back in. Q in trouble. Ends up dying. Power shot, not in mark.
Oh, that's so painful.
Wow.
Because Paparazzi's like, I just want to get the rune. Like, I need to get the rune. I can't fight without the rune. And then JT just sees this opportunity to maybe keep the chase going onto the tower, but it just snowballs into a double kill because of that. This bottom lane truly has the lane bleed going on.
And look at this. Further bleeding. Kaz sees JT. JT not quite going to be able to secure this wisdom rune. They take it away with the Monkey King and go, oh my god, JT needs to get the hell out of there. Drops it very low. So double wisdom runes for EG.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Man.
Funny, because I wonder if he could have just secured the kill instead of the wisdom rune. If he didn't use the stun, you know, but anyway.
Focus fire.
Got to help the team.
Kaz surviving through this. The extra armor, it's helping him, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He needs some lifesteal. Dodge! Heal! Woo-hoo-hoo, almost got DY, but not enough. Q goes for the stomp. Panda dodges it. Paparazzi chases. Able to dodge the power shot too. Panda!
Yo, Panda!
That was
Call him
sick.
endangered, but he's not extinct. The man's living.
That was nice.
I thought he was dead like 2 times over right there. Very well done. And all this attention leaving the top lane. So, like, yeah, sure, Whisper died, but now he's got the Hellbear creep coming Slarky Malarkey's face. Slark and Meepo both hurting on the last hit. Still in the 20s right now.
That scan hit. They know. Ghost, though, does not react. The scan hit. They saw that rotation coming. Nothing.
And finally, we have a Storm Spirit game where they're getting runes. I mean,
Right.
this has been something where we've had several Storm games where they haven't gotten a rune for the first 12 minutes because the other team is just so focused on it constantly, knowing just how important it is for this guy. Just missed it on the Arcane, but getting this DD makes this kill nice and easy. And this is the difficulties. Like, you have to do these little tandem pairings where you have the Coddle with the Storm because the other pairings aren't going to be that easy to execute with. It's pretty simple what the game plan is. I would worry that they're going to figure that out on Xtreme, though. Paparazzi in trouble here.
Pulled back in. Dude, the support gank. It actually worked. That's crazy.
They're just too good. They're just defying it.
Apparently.
I mean, this is how you have to play this. It is all just enabling C-Smile like that.
Yeah. Black hole? Oh, they got him. Ghost was not ready. Stomp on his corpse. Dude, they're cooking. 6K gold lead at 9.5 minutes. Like, they're everywhere.
I mean, they're just playing the map fantastically right now. Like, there's no other way of putting it. They know exactly how they have to win this game through enabling the Storm Spirit. They have these two pretty, like, static people on the top and the bottom lane, the Monkey King and the Enigma. The build from Whisper of just making sure he goes into the Helm, doesn't do anything weird or greedy. Just goes Helm, helps control space. I am just Beastmaster. All right, hear me roar.
Right.
That's all I want to do. These guys a little purge creep. Want to come mess with me? Huh? Take away your buffs. Take away your wind run. I'll take away your little astral spirit.
Uh-oh. Whisper. He might have stepped a bit too far this time. Panda moves over. They throw the heal. The Chain Frost. Oh, no. It's the low MMR Meepo answer, and it works. It's still good here. DY going to get caught too. 3 dead, about to be 4th as they pull Paparazzi back in. Ooh, doggy. 2-12 ain't good.
What's so nice about this is that this style has failed a lot at this tournament. So, I mean, obviously right now it is currently not failing. It's looking fantastic. So I'm glad to see that it is still possible. But it's definitely felt a lot like this patch that the team who has to make the big moves begins to struggle. The one who like has to be aggressive the whole time is a bit of a rough one. But when you have this good of a time in the lanes and you immediately transfer that into just getting kills across the map, this is the kind of Dota that we're all pretty privileged to get to watch here. I don't want to see the illusion heroes. Because is building a Battle Fury though, so
yeah,
which is fine. We've had some discussions about monkeying Battle Fury. Without it, he lost one game, but then he won a game.
Right.
But I think when you're up this much and you are playing this static style of Monkey King, he does not need to be involved because of how successful the support duo plus C-Smile is doing right now.
Oh, he's doing the good strat. Smoke and poof the ancients. You gotta do what you can do in these dire times for dire. So, and I mean, in the meantime, there are stacks being built for EG as well. And looking at the net worths, Matthew is almost ahead of the Wind Ranger. Like,
yeah,
it's a serious issue.
Their cores are way down right now, and I mean they are about to bust out double Atos, which is something. Ghost will spot that there's an observer ward in the area. So Paparazzi probably gonna know that he was in vision right now.
Ward for Panda, and yeah, Ghost trying desperately to get towards anything. The Echo Saber. I mean, there will be that window when Slark has Echo. Oh no, Paparazzi. Oh, Glimpse tried to Manta dodge it with the Illusion Rune. Paparazzi still slowed. Matthew moves in. They can't get in range. Okay. Gets away.
Good defensive play there. Black Hole is now back up though. So they'll have one more tool where they can try and lock some people down here. Of course, we'll still have to be very mindful of DY. Has a pretty good tool there. DY though does not have his other tool, his ultimate, because he's still level 5.5 right now.
Oh god.
I mean, it's one thing for saying Q to be 5 because he's an ET. That one's not so bad, but Disruptor needs his ulti, and yeah, that's a big stack for Cause.
I mean, this is also going to catapult Matthew even further back up in terms of net worth here. Cause it's going to take a while to take it. But yeah, this is what you want to see from Evil Geniuses, getting it all done.
Oh, the Enigma just perfectly like saves this draft.
Yeah,
like the ability to hit towers is so severely lacking right now in Dota. There's just not a lot of heroes that are able to actually push the objective, which is why I think a lot of these teams that just hide away and farm all these camps around the edge of the map are finding some success.
Right.
But when you can really put a threat into saying, hey, if you don't want to come top, if you don't want to be here, the tower's going to go down. And this little smoke play here, nice reveal. Oh, he got it off, though.
Yeah, Dark Pact.
Oh, he's so good.
Yeah, he knew because he was walking into that Observer ward, got the D ward from it, and that was enough to keep him all survivable. And, well, set of tangos brought out for Kaz to sort of heal back up after as he stacks up more camps for himself. All of the cores having a fabulous game. From the side of EG. It hasn't translated to like another big item, but the items they have are perfectly set for fighting right now on EG. The exception of the Battle Fury.
Yeah, I think you just knock down this tier 2. There will be a bit of a question as to what to do next, though. I will say that.
Yeah.
Because you can see they're kind of scanning from Xtreme. They're like, are they coming to the Twin Gate? Like, because from their point of view, they just see Enigma. They don't know how many heroes are lurking around Whisper. They don't know if the other 3 went back to try and come through the Twin Gate. You can see that they're very barely knocking down the rest of it there with Paparazzi. They don't really want to commit to too much. Worried about rotations here. Ghost just about had a heart attack seeing that zip.
Right.
That kept going in his direction. Kind of looked like it was heading his way.
Oh, and now it's going to be Helm of the Overlord time for Whisper as it fully completed and already getting into position to pick up an Ancient. Takes the Ancient Ice Shaman as Roche heads through. It's going to be Xtreme also heading through, wanting to take a fight. Now, this could... Oh, they are walking right under a ward. Yeah, they de-ward that, but that signals where they're at. The EG decide to go now. I think they're just going to go Roche.
All right, this was the question. What to do next after that tier 2? They definitely have the tools to fight a Roche, though. This could be where things go a bit awry. They And you have the big Earth Splitter. This Roche not falling that fast. We don't have any minus armor happening. It is just a straight up blue collar Roche. They have vision though. They're sending out some Eidolons. ET Spirit's coming through.
They see it on that ward. Of course, Whisper ready with the black hole. He's gonna head a little bit away, but yeah, Pakaz comes back in and they can't get there. No.
Imagine.
It would have been big. Pakaz actually takes it instead of Sea Smile. A little surprised by that.
Yeah, me too. Very surprised. I guess he just wants to join. Or maybe he wants to play even more isolated, but I don't think that makes any sense because he doesn't have a BKB. Yeah, I don't know.
Atos? Oh no. Oh no. The stomp is there. He's in trouble. Chain Frost out. The pullback won't be enough to get him away. The silence is there. Would have loved an Aegis. Oh man. And Panda trying to get away in some trouble as Ghost chased after him. Paparazzi hits the shot. I mean, maybe it's better that Pakaz takes it. Now they can go with Aegis in a little bit.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. Because, like, you went Orchid, so you know, like, maybe they didn't know about the double Atos?
Right.
I don't know. But they're there now. Obviously fully revealed. Javelin even picked up now for an extra damage bonus there from Paparazzi. That'll be coming out here soon. But if there's one person who doesn't feel like getting double Atos, it's probably that guy. They could really use a Force Staff on side of EG. That would be an excellent way to solve some of these problems. They're going to immediately smoke up and just keep going, though.
Finds Paparazzi right at the get-go, and going to be enough for the kill with the Spirit Vessel. Dodges the stomps. You smile. Staying cool.
Yeah, Matthew, I mean, he was up to 5 charges at one point. Still has 4 remaining.
Right.
And has his own Fairy's Trinket there, too. That doesn't hurt. I wonder how much of the damage did Spirit Vessel actually do there? This item's so hard to judge, I feel like. Well, let's all take a look as a team here. Spirit Vessel did 143 damage in just that little instance. That's pretty nice. You know, that's
good.
A significant amount.
Especially when you're like this hero that kind of becomes relatively tanky in the Wind Ranger nowadays. So,
yeah, of course, that's only going to keep growing when it's percent health. And imagine the Mega Meepo. I mean, 4% of that health. That's a lot of health.
Right. And speaking of which, we did see that was completed for JT. So now having one avenue of dealing with this stuff. Hasn't completed the shard yet, so still going to be looking for the dig. And, well, this is going to be a lot to deal with here. You know, you got Whisper with this creep up front and center, and they're going to start to beat into these tier 2 towers.
Matthew really holding a lot of gold here, too. Did he get that last hit? Oh, he didn't. Jeez. Up to 2k gold, that's all. Okay.
Atos, jump forward. JT. Glimpse pushes the Monkey King out. And Earth Splitter dodged from all of them.
Yeah, I threw that out in the shackle, I think. The idea there, but then the Glimpse comboed up.
Sieging time? Is that just what they're doing with this Aegis? Looks like it. C-Smile jumps, finds Paparazzi. He's silenced. The Atos there on top of him, but they don't have any damage to throw into it. JT, but the black hole is there on the boat, but they glimpse, take it away immediately. DY caught afterwards. C-Smile onto him, gets that kill. JT gets away, but, I mean, damage is done. Hero's dead, spells used, and building, it's fallen.
Man, that was a pretty good static storm, but they couldn't get the damage going at the same time. Had both the Storm Spirit and I think the Mud King just stuck inside of there, so it would have been a good opportunity. But Whisper lying in wait there. The old bootless black hole gets it done.
It's kind of crazy.
No blink, no boots, no problem. He doesn't even want the blink. He's just looking at his inventory. I'll take that. All right.
Atos catches Whisper. Glimpse pulls him back in, and now looks for JT, finds him. But the stomp, the connection onto both with the shackle, this is actually really good now for Xtreme. They lose a Rex, but might find more after. Whisper summons some units, looking to chase forward for this. Panda, they BKB on Pakaz to back away. Focus Fire still coming out from Paparazzi. The turn onto him now just decides, all right, fine. You want to fight me? I'll fight ya. They still have
Oh,
him alive.
Boundless?
Boundless strike connection, but GT goes into the Mega Meepo, flinging ones forward. Pakaz in trouble. He's going to die. Everybody from EG going down as they stuck around far too long. Matthew going to get... Ooh, Stomp interrupted?
Cool. What?
Okay, he might actually live. Spirit Vessel and Runaway has a shield rune now. And Glimpse, never mind. Ghost is on top of him. Big.
For a second, I thought C-Smile was going to hop right back in there. To get a Rax and then only be up by 5k is a bit brutal. Yeah, look at that gold shift right there. Oh, mine even goes back a little bit further. I've got up to about a 5,400 gold swing. Just in that last instance alone. Wow. That was like so much damage done by the Slark in that fight. He did almost like 6k damage.
Yeah.
Why did he do so much damage? Oh, because he did 9 Dark Pacts. Yeah, that's a lot of damage. That's wow. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of battling.
Well, and Xtreme, you know, they got this huge injection of gold into Meepo with those couple kills. He's top net worth in the game now.
What? What?
Yeah,
Wow.
that happened.
Where did that come from? This guy's just performing alchemy over here.
Apparently. Oh, it's an issue.
Oh, Lyrical. Don't tell me the team that's forced to make the moves and get all over the map is going to lose.
I still don't think I mean, it's not.
Dude, it's a 2k lead and they lost a Rax.
Yeah. I mean, they're still upper racks, though. That's the other way to think about it, right? And next Aegis, they're going to try and do a similar type of push, I would imagine, but they'll have, you know, Whisper BKB at that point. I think they should still be in an okay position, but that one was scary, and there's scary moments to come.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me, you know, they lost the Aegis, they just ran their faces right back in, and it worked out. They immediately went back into the fights, they immediately went down bottom, and they just kept pushing and going forward. I think they're going to do it again. They have the Blink, they have the BKB. I think that they're just going to just YOLO in once more. I think they understand that they are still stronger. It's these fights after they've used everything that they're losing. It's a chase down of like, oh, we're leaving the base, we're leaving one by one, and these Atoses and these nets are flying out. But if we shove our faces right back in there and get another lane of Rax, that'll probably be good.
I think
Said very confidently.
Well, they're ready to go again. And this is an interesting decision here. God,
He's
Ags on
scared.
Coddle.
Yeah, that's pretty nice too. It's, I mean, on the one hand, it's like kind of bad because like, oh, there's meepos who can all hit it, but like JT's afraid. Oh, he's showing. Oh, he's showing. He's showing.
That is a problem.
Those are some poofs.
They are standing in place. I think he's dead. Yeah, they jump in and
Mega Meepo!
Mega Meepo. Where'd you
Mamma
come
mia.
from?
It's the Mega Meepo.
Atos. Ooh, Pakaz. Still has BKB. Might need to pop it here. Trying to get that coverage. He's holding on. Dude, the fact he
waiting
didn't
for
pop
Whisper.
BKB there is crazy.
Yeah, he really wanted to give Whisper a good opening. He wants to see him drop some big spells on him. But they didn't use Static Storm. They didn't really commit anything. So it was very very well reserved there from Xtreme Gaming.
Radiant's top tower is under
I cannot believe that Mega Meepo. I mean, we've seen it, but it is a crazy save mechanic.
Yeah. No, that I thought they were just gonna black hole for him. You know? But no such luck. And well, now a 4K gold lead as they're still trying to assert some dominance. It looks like the eyes are going to be towards mid-tier 2 tower. Now, Xtreme is set up on this high ground here. If EG aren't careful about their positioning, Panda.
Oh, he's so
my
free
God.
too, man. I cannot believe he got away with walking there by a Meepo and an Egg Slark. That is so funny.
I shouldn't be alive.
Yeah, he's just like a tiny little fish swimming next to a great white, and they're just like, ah, he's not worth it. Too many calories to eat that fish. I won't get him back.
Well, could think about next couple of minutes this Roshan. It is a minute and a half. Z Smile has BKB. Ghost on him. Ghost pops. Ooh, they actually get that out of him. No Shadow Dance now. Z Smile pops haste, finds DY. Onto him immediately. Could chase for more if they want. Panda gets the pullback now. Whisper, chase. Malefice out. The jump for it. Oh, they broke his tree, though. Pakaz under fire. Down low. Do they have the coverage? BKB, Black Hole for the turnaround. But the stomp, he didn't have BKB. Ooh, the save was there. C-Smile low on mana. Pakaz need to take down Paparazzi. They get him there with the Boundless Strike. Finally get the last hit with Matthew. Exactly what they needed, but now JT, he's back into it, but he gets pulled in, and now the turn, the damage out from Monkey King, fifth shift to dodge, it's the heal back up from Matthew, Pakaz barely surviving, but ZQ comes in and says no. It's actually died to a creep somehow. The Dire killed Pakaz. Still, Xingqiu, he is going to pay for this. The buyback comes in. JT ready to go again. Whisper now turned upon. Saved. It's going to be enough. They take him down too, and now C-Smile walked back in. Panda doesn't have anywhere else to go. Ghost is so low, but they don't have the damage they need. A triple kill for Ghost. What a freaking fight.
Oh, wait. There might be more. Oh, they got him.
What? Ultra for Ghost? And now Roche is going to respawn right now.
There's no way. They're going to walk right into it. Oh, I hope Roche is up, guys. Oh, hey. What's up?
Oh, my God. How? It was a lot of buybacks, but the fact that they get the Roche is enormous. Wow.
She's so crazy. So much happened there. Oh, man. EG were playing it so well, too. This idea of, like, holding these BKBs. Because they know that they really only have a couple more super good fights, I think. And one of those will definitely be when the first BKB's up from Whisper. That will be huge. But they felt like they had one here. With, like, the Storm BKB coming in. It was going to be his first charge. It was going to feel nice. We had this, like, Eggs on the Coddle. Even the Ice Spire is pretty cool now. But...
Dude, how did Pakaz die to the Dire? That blew my mind. Like, a melee or range creep somewhere in there got the last hit on him with all of that stuff happening.
The Dire creeps are warriors. Right? They truly go to battle. The range creeps, they don't really look as intimidating. And by range, I mean radiant. That's the one.
Oh, that's the
JT, he's stealing the Tormentor. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, that's nice for them. Paparazzi.
I was going to say Paparazzi, yeah. Because it's either him or Xingqiu. They only had two left.
And whispers afterwards like, guys, I'm done. I'm getting my freaking BKB. I'm tired of it.
All right, so the total cast range of Gale Force is now 1,500. I always have to check that. I mean, it's pretty big. That's a little bit larger than your standard aura. How good is that this game? I mean, they have Wukong's command. That could be kind of funny. Because if Pakaz... Wait, what happens if you're slept and you get Gale Forced? You just move?
Yeah, I think you just move.
That's really funny. So he could blow him... Like, if he gets slept at Wukong's, he doesn't BKB, they just blow him out of it.
Yeah, get out of here. I don't want to see you. Dude, what an insane game this has been. And you still have Matthew that's so unbelievably farmed. He's got the Will-O-Wisp. Storm is working towards Aghanims, and they still have Black Hole. The AoE control that they're going to have now, like, think about what happens if the last two Black Holes don't get canceled by something random thing. And they have nothing to cancel it now.
That's true. They will have a BKB hopefully soon on Paparazzi for their sake, because he is definitely very vulnerable to all of this massive AoE. It's, you know, he's trying to dance around these fights and use his win run to survive, but without the BKB, that can be difficult. That's also a problem for the Meepo, though, because Meepo, not a hero that can ever really rely on BKB. So when you consider all this AoE control, he also has to finesse it a little bit. But he's got a Scythe, and he's going to finesse himself a kill.
Look at this ward by DY.
That's my guy.
Oh, Pakaz.
I like how he keeps going without Scythe.
He sees Pakaz there, and then Pakaz runs away. He's like, I don't
he
want none
just
of that.
drew a line up there. He's like, I'm going. He's follow me.
All right, C-Smile should know this. Okay. Nope.
Bro.
What?
Bro.
What? Hello?
What happened to that?
Sir? Excuse me? Oh, no.
It sounded like he got into it. I guess either he jumped in place or he was like straight up just into that first little bit of the ball lightning as he was dying.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Whatever the case is, not good. But the thing about that is that I feel like that he should have known Meepo was heading up there because Kaz saw him run up that way.
Is under attack.
Oh, whatever the case, it ends up being now the first gold lead for Xtreme in a very long time. But the game definitely tilting into their favor.
All right. He cast Ball Lightning. He received the buff, but then he got hit, and then he lost the buff instantly.
Weird.
Yeah. I guess he just zipped in. I don't even know. I have to look that one back up when my combat log isn't scrolling away from me. But
Fair.
it looked strange. I can tell you that much. Well, that's a 2K lead now for the team down at Rax. Still holding an Aegis on their big old mega Meepoer.
Right.
Now, he did buy back, and there's still 2.5 minutes left on that.
Right.
They don't have the fast... They don't have, like, a GG push, though. You know, it's not like, oh, we killed a Meepo, that we can just win the game in his respawn time.
No, they don't. I mean, the Whisper does have some really good damage with his Eidolons and with his Helm creep, but it's not the same as, like, a Luna or a Beastmaster or something.
Yeah.
Wait, JT? JT? JT?
That's an Aegis. It's all right. It's a little unnecessary, but...
I mean, it was 8 seconds away. I guess it's fine because he's back at his main one. So.
Oh, it was 8 already? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's literally exactly what he was doing then. Jeez, I
Yeah.
still thought there was like 45 seconds left or something, but whatever. Yeah, so basically just had the main Meepo fire away and just tried to suicide them in to take that mid-tier 2. Kind of cute.
Yeah, nice move.
Jeez, what if... I think there's a chance you die for doing that. Like,
Yeah, if you get the timing wrong, yeah. If they would have.
yeah, if they were able to kite it a little bit, like able to get like even just like a sinister gaze into something else.
Yeah, that might have been a nice play there, actually. Nobody in the game has buyback right now, Trent. Not a single one. And Aghanim Scepter is
one?
done on Storm.
That's a weird one. Well, there's no Roche to get.
Xtreme playing around their ward. And EG, do they tempt fate and head up there themselves?
Look at C Smile. I want you gamers to look at this guy's inventory. He has his Falcon Blade in his backpack because he's holding a sentry because he wants to win this game. You see this? He's gonna place that thing in there.
They find him. They're on to C Smile.
Where's your Falcon Blade?
He has BKB. Now with the Chain Frost, it's already good. On to JT. Do they have the follow-up? The black hole is there. On to Meepo. I thought it was 4, but it's actually just 1. But that is a big one to get. And as they find Ghost 2, his BKB barely keeping alive. He gets the cheese up because of that.
Ooh.
He was on nothing. Although, because he's on to the rest of the team, Xingqiu in some trouble. But C Smile, will he be able to get away?
Dude, who's
no.
in trouble?
Xingqiu still going to die. He beat the crap out of C Smile, that's for sure. But DY also going to go down. Ghost, the last one left alive.
Whisper, never concerned, you know? He's got the license to kill, the BKB. Nothing they can do about it at all. And then he got the main target there. The jump to the low ground there from JT to focus onto C Smile. If you can't finish out that kill, you're gonna have a bad time.
Oh yeah. Well, that is big. And I mean, like you said, it was never in doubt for me for Whisper. This guy's a game winner. They buy back
Never
on
in
ET.
doubt. Never in doubt.
Never
Don't
in
look at
doubt.
that graph. Never in doubt.
Never in doubt.
Step 1. They still need next Aegis, which is
They do.
potentially 40 seconds away. But that was a nice confidence boost. I guess the real thing that we're counting the timer on is just going to be Black Hole, frankly.
Yeah.
And Whisper knows. I fully agree with this decision. Just go Refresher.
Yep.
Nothing else matters.
It is very expensive. He's still, 2,000 gold away from it, but they're giving him all of the priority because he is the most important hero in this game.
Well, you know what that means, though. We got to shift it over to who's the most important for Xtreme. That's going to be DY.
Okay.
Boy, he's going to go for the Aghanims.
Almost has it. Honestly,
He'll have the big answer.
I want to see Paparazzi go a Basher.
It does come to mind, doesn't it? It's hard not to think of that.
Like, they need some way to help deal with this, and that, to me, feels like the best option.
Dire are scanning.
Dire
it
scan.
actually does. It's true.
All right, they got everything now. The Aghanim Scepter's done. They scan, hit that Roche was there, and it's going to be a quick one, so it'll be up. Ooh, Trent, we're in for some good action here. I'm ready. It's going to be a good game. I can already tell.
Yeah, they're looking for the smoke wrap around here, but it looks like who's got the smoke? Panda's got it. Check for some wards. Smoke from the same side, though. It's Xtreme doing the same idea here. Pakaz's Nullifier.
Ooh.
That is also a pretty big one, though.
Are scanning.
Boundless. EG.
And DY has the Ags.
In the
Oh, if
trees.
Pakaz gets hit by this ulti.
They're looking to jump forward. They get them both.
Oh, Storm
that's
too.
exactly what they needed. Tons of damage out. No answer. No buyback. Panda is going to go down. What a catch. DY. DY. Oh, my God.
Ow.
None of them have buyback.
Wow, dude. How do we get a bootless walk-up black hole on the high ground earlier into the Ags Rush DY double ulti? Is so well-timed, the control coming out from his allies. Truly, you can't guarantee that's going to happen. That is just ridiculous. Like, that was as good as it could have gone for Xtreme, and as worse as it could have gone for EG. The fact that they also got C-Smile hopping right in immediately was quite serendipitous.
Yeah, I mean, it was devastating. And now Xtreme, they're going to be gifted a Roche. Now, they still have the issue that bottom Rax is pushing in. The top one, or rather mid, the tier 3 tower is down. And they're going to have to deal with this Ancient Black Dragon, which is currently pushing into their melee racks. And actually, they might lose their melee racks. A catapult is on it, too. I mean, nobody's coming back to deal with this. They will have Aegis, Refresher Shard as well on the Slark. But,
Glyphing.
yeah, I mean, dodge? Oh, can't dodge it in time.
Middle tower is under attack.
Can they take it in time here? Burn the building down. No, he's not going to be able to. Sends the dragon away. Interesting. 2,000 gold lead.
Oh, they got it.
Yeah, they're going to take it down now. A little chunk of gold there for Meepo.
Yeah, the gold has been having a grand old time this game. You know, first way up for EG, then back down, then back up, now back down. The Boots of Bearing, one of the best items on ET. Feels awesome.
Yeah.
Playing this hero with that. Pretty good versus some of these more annoying things that are in play here from the side of EG as well. Keep things moving during these fights. Specifically all these Meepos too, of course. Those what's really going to get a big buff. But next defensive item here, Lincoln's for Pakaz. Obviously won't help versus the Disruptor ulti, but could help make sure he doesn't get locked in the first place. Right.
The Hex from Meepo has really been one of the things that's messed them up quite a bit. And, you know, you're close to 25 on Meepo, too. Getting there on the Monkey King, which arguably is significantly more valuable. I'm assuming it's going to be the Divided We Stand clone. I think Packrat is a meme.
Yeah. Correct.
But I mean, I guess that you eventually can get like an extra, it's the Scotty or whatever. that you can throw in.
No.
Oh, okay.
Here's the thing. What
At
tier
30?
5 item don't you want?
Right. That is.
They're all insane. Like it feels like getting rid of that is just worse than items.
It's true. But at this point, they don't have tier 5 items.
That's true.
Are scanning.
DY though, having the ninja gear, best item on Disruptor in these kind of games, without question. Probably wants a blink
Ghost?
next, I would guess.
Ghost walks up to the ward. They don't decide to go on him. It's Meepo with the Aegis now. Matthew
He
just
just Trickster cloak on Zinq as well. That one's so good for ET.
Whisper was in position. Whisper has Refresher. I think he just goes. I think that they can just black hole if they want to, but they need to make sure that's the real Meepo. They got to find the real one, though, so that way they can black hole him twice. JT's forward. They see him. Whisper thinking about it, trying to get his Blink Dagger not broken. Kaz on the low ground, waiting for their moment. Catch is there. Whisper still looking. The Static Storm is down. The jump forward black hole immediately onto 3, but he's broken the ET. That's how you answer it. But the second black hole, that's even bigger. That's what they needed. A great ET stomp, but it wasn't enough. And now the push around Mega Meepo is all they have to deal with. Evil geniuses coming up with the answer, taking them all down. Whisper the game winner.
Wipe the sweat off there. That's so funny. Like, it is an answer to Black Hole, but you never really expect it to work out because of like the big implode delay and everything. But that was a nice way to cancel it at first. But he got it immediately right back in there from Whisper, locked on, and that it felt like a bit of impatience there from Xtreme. Like, maybe just not respecting exactly what Whisper was planning because they see this Monkey King, so they want to obviously go for it. But Pakaz was baiting, and Whisper was so sure to get that early BKB off. Because that's the thing about Static Storm is that like it only works if you get caught. But if you're just really not greedy with your BKB and you just pop it a bit early, you can really punish teams that try and rely on it.
10 seconds away on Disruptor. He's so close to having it. They need to buy some time. The last racks, they're just trying to keep it alive here. 45 seconds until Meepo's up, but it's not going to be soon enough. So into Mega Creeps we go. Xtreme just trying to hold on. And they jump forward. Static Storm down. Ghost onto him. Trying to do what they can. Whisper, he doesn't have Black Hole. See Smile turned upon, but Slep pulled back in. The BKB comes out a bit too late. Now Ghost onto Matthew, but buying time. Nice. Actually a great shackle, and then the Earth Splitter threw onto it. It's enough to kill Matthew, but do they have more? Buyback comes out from Coddle. EG wanting to end this game right now. Pakaz shows up, couple more hits. Ghost backs away and gets out of there. Gleipnir now on to Pakaz. Still not 25. Another shackle latching, but they just don't have the damage yet. Meepo's now back up. Slept for a while. Can they bring him down? BKB walks out. EG, dodge it.
Actually, a time where you would have loved to have Gale Force up. Unfortunately, on cooldown. Maybe could have pulled him right out of there. He had the shackle going. Try and get through that armor, but not able to do it there. EG take the Megas there, and I mean, you could see in that fight too, just at the very end, one of the main problems that they've had from Xtreme is what Meepo ends up doing is cannibalizing some of your other cores.
Right.
Part of that is that Paparazzi just had a really rough lane too. Never really got to a good start, but they basically have a support Wind Ranger at this point, it feels like. I mean, when you compare it to the support Coddle on the other side, you know. Paparazzi has not been able to pop off this game, and then he was further shut down when he got a somewhat early nullifier as well. From Pakaz. He's been constantly throwing on him all game, and then, of course, you're trying to play Wind Ranger versus that, and you're not 25, so makes it pretty difficult to deal with.
Oh, Panda. Careful there.
Share the load.
Recalls there. Whisper deciding he just needs to do it even more himself, going for the Eidolon damage to take buildings and getting the Aghanim Scepter for the Black Hole.
All right, relax.
He's ready. And
am I crazy? Was that a shard at first? The pull?
yes, it was.
Yeah, that was great.
For a long time.
Yeah, and then they mixed it. Now we have the 3.5% as well as the 1200 AoE. Yeah.
Not just a random gem there on the ground from the last fight. They won that fight by the tier 2 tower off like the Whisper craziness, and then just like immediately ran down lanes. So you can't blame them.
Oh yeah, there was no time.
Well, I will say, Mega Creeps are not the end of this game. It's going to be incredibly hard for XG to pull this back, but it's not out of the realm of possibility. They just need to probably push it another 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh my God. JT, dude, he just left the gate.
Oh my God.
I wonder, if Panda had jumped him, is there any chance they could have got there in time? If he goes back now, there definitely could be. I mean, this is a pretty cool idea in the sense of, like, he has to find random pickoffs. And that is one of the best heroes in the game at doing it, obviously, because he can just bring these incredibly powerful heroes all next to him immediately. And with this Swift Blink, too, the damage will be, well, swift. I guess that's the point.
All right now.
They're all smoked up.
EG trying to secure themselves this Aegis. Buyback status right now. Pakaz is very close to it. Coddle does not have buyback. Neither does Slark nor the Wind Ranger. Double jump already used. JT finds one onto him. Panda gonna die. That's one. Can they get more? The pull there onto several, but that is Mega Meepo. Just pulls them out of the electric vortex.
The big old tower there. And Whisper couldn't find his moment. He was a little busy microing.
Oh, yeah.
Give them a panic. They're going to retreat back. Roche. Oh, it is late. It is a late Roche.
Wow. Yeah, that's big for EG for Xtreme.
Yeah, because they have no chance of getting there right now. They got to get their base cleaned up. ThinQ's losing the fight to Creeps. He's also looking for his big item to become a core to try and join up there with Matthew and being scary support players. It's 15 seconds on the spirit form too. Nice.
Good.
What's the downtime like in the later levels of that anyway? So now because so it's only 30-second downtime.
Yeah, sure.
Pretty wild.
For the coddle,
that seems fine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I mean, you just get it forever. Seems pretty good. I think the thing I want to watch for is, like, basically, is there any way for Xtreme to hold on if they can get this Aegis? And it feels like there is, but it kind of depends upon EG to do some crazy stuff. I just don't know if they can come out and go and contest the Aegis. That's the other issue. Don't have a scan either for another couple of minutes. 22 seconds. So actually, they'll have a scan up by the time Roche is back up. This is actually really good for Xtreme, all things considered.
They needed that timing badly.
Yeah.
And now you're probably going to see JT just keep hunting around the map. Like, he has this ninja gear. He's going to try and just make these little solo plays. Hope someone... He needs someone to come somewhere that's not necessarily too dangerous, but he can't run into more than one hero.
Right. And also, it can't be Coddle because he has recall.
Yeah, that could be a problem.
Again, the situation right now in terms of tiebreakers and everything else, like, getting away with losses at this point for either of these teams is really bad, but you cannot afford to get 2-0'd. That would be the absolute worst situation.
DUI was very bold in taking that outpost, I gotta say. I mean, the rest of the team joins them now, but he was very solo, and they pinged it out from EG like, oh, are they all here? I don't know what their assumption is when they see that.
Smoke. Ghost goes in. Drops.
Oh, this is
a
very
ward.
dangerous.
JT taking that out. Blink back.
Blink.
Oh, my God. All right, JT's crazy. JT is good, but JT is also out of his mind. And the Hex. Jump. Static Storm down. Got him, but the BKB black hole. And then they pull the Meepo in too. Oh, no, that's not the way it's supposed to go. Wait, Mega Meepo, the turnaround. He got it broken. The ET ulti, but Meepo's still going to fall. Does have buyback, and that was both black holes used.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Counter and the long Roche, but there's no Slark.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Oh, he's got buyback in 50 seconds. They have to fight a Roche without him. I don't think they can.
Yeah, they can't get there in time. Oh, if Ghost had buyback. No such luck, though.
It is funny. I've been talking about how, like, Meepo can't rely on BKB, but I guess that's a historical inaccuracy. Just because we have the Mega Meepo.
Right.
It is a way to actually actively use your BKB. Maybe it's not reliable, but it's still something.
Yeah. Well, an ET, I mean, to get 2 Earth Splitter cancels on Black Hole in a game from XinQ is crazy.
That's good.
He goes, picks up the Wisdom Rune.
He has the gold for Ags.
Oh.
And he has 100% cleave. Does he do it?
Yeah, you gotta buy out now.
You buy out.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe you need buyback.
Oh, he buys out. He beats the big boy. Boots of bearing. 100% cleave.
All right, XinQ. Listen, he came out of retirement for this. This is his moment.
He just started clicking all the hyperstones.
I know what I need to do in this game. Dude, he actually is going to do a ton of damage.
All right, well, he did take the plus 25 hero attack talent as well.
Okay.
So we'll have to take a look here to see what he could do.
XinQ. Dude, I'm so excited for this. Big ET.
He's not going to get a single punch off.
No, please don't say that. Don't ruin my hopes and dreams. They don't have Black Hole for 40 seconds. It's just they can't force a fight right now, like, at all.
It is wild how Whisper's entire build is just Black Hole now. Refresher, eggs, like...
Yeah.
That's all he cares.
JT defending the throne while the rest of the team out on the map. Now, DY is going to be that first point of contact for breaking it. They see Panda. Gale Force, Shackle, Ghost onto him. Black Hole off cooldown 10 seconds.
JT, he's got C-Smile.
They're onto him,
dead.
doing what they can. And that's huge. That's 2 dead. Now creeps are going on to the Ancient. They have to TP back to deal with this.
A little discombobulated here.
Yeah, that was not what they were thinking would happen. They managed to catch him out of nowhere.
He vanishes so quickly in the Storm Spirit. Like he dies within just a couple seconds of getting scythed by that Meepo. 95%. It's not changing.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
Oh, there's a chance.
We need how many hyperstones does ET need for us to get there?
How many Aegises does Storm Spirit need them to get there? That's my question.
He hasn't gotten one Aegis this whole game. It's all been because
he's just looking over, just like, yeah, so.
To be fair, I actually think it's probably better because now at least it's advantage. Storm. I mean, in that fight, actually, Storm doesn't die twice. Probably, he'd probably win that fight afterwards. Oh, JT spotting Matthew, sees him, jump,
Bye-bye.
caught, rooted, in trouble. Glimpse pulls him back in. They got him. Matthew
Whisper's
going to
not gonna
fall.
show up, right?
Dude, Xtreme are doing this.
Assassination Meepo is just too powerful. I mean, that's into a Lincoln's. He scythed the Lincoln's, and it was like it doesn't even matter. He's just netting you after anyway.
God, because. Chill, dude. Chill.
Thank you. Mask of Madness done and delivered.
Oh my God,
Thank you.
The ET's so strong. Even just like one wave, he gets like plus 130 damage, you know?
With 100% cleave.
Yeah. They're grouped together. If he lives through the fight, he can clean up. He can clean up for all of them. Paying for the sins of JT and Paparazzi. As DY TP's out of there. It won't be able to quite get there. But yeah, Megas, I mean, it's still an issue, but at this 13k gold lead, it's kind of an annoyance that it feels like Xtreme are capable of dealing with.
If you guys ever wanted to experience what it's like playing a game of Dota with Suns fan,
Yeah.
every game winds up exactly like this. And you're the Radiant team. and you can never find a way to win or end. And all his games go 60 minutes.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. So if you want to know how EG win this game, don't ask Suns fan. I've also played with him too much, so I also don't know.
Right, yeah.
Because the end result's always the same. We do have a basher. It's the Monkey King, though.
Oh, God. I want it on Wind Ranger. I mean,
know.
honestly, Xingqi's been able to do it enough with these ETR splits.
Sorry, I'm talking about the Monkey King bar. I was making a formerly bashed joke. I
Oh,
apologize.
I see. My bad.
Yes, sorry. I was confusing. Man, bring it back.
Let's see it.
But
Aegis
I
expires.
actually think the basher is a good idea. Like,
Wait,
not
dude.
even memeing.
Dude, they never expect it. The Aegis expires, and that's when EG decides to run in. They go in,
Meepo?
drop down the Wukong's, Static Storm to try and turn it, but JT, Mega Meeple out of there. Black Hole, but he got away. JT's on to Whisper, turning to fight. Black Hole may see what happens. They're hitting the Ancient, though. The glyph is used. Mega Meeple lived through it. He's still surviving. C-Smile onto him. Is it going to be enough damage? No!
Oh, he's out.
JT
The
lives,
base.
but
The base.
Because out of the base, they hit the throne. It's not kill the Meepo, it's defend the Ancient. Evil Genius is going to take game number 1 with just eyes on the prize. Go and let C-Smile do crazy things. Let Whisper hit things because he hits the buildings.
Got the Will-O-Wisp, right?
Love
You got
it.
yourselves a Storm Spirit Aghanims. You got a couple black holes in there. Just keep throwing them down. They're just chucking every disable they can. Aim for the throne. Oh, it sounds simple, but sometimes simple is exactly what you need. Finally win that game. That was a frightening game for EG. You go back to how much they dominated this early game. Like,
Yeah.
look at this, guys. It's 11-2, a 7K lead. Your teammates are typing GG in your games. But no. Xtreme, they held on for a long time.
And it was this fight right here, after they like got the racks and stuck around a bit too long, that's when things started to get really tough. And obviously not at the end of that fight, but like around this point and this play right
this
here.
DY ulti.
Dude, this was insane. Absolute destruction. And the play from the supports from Xtreme was absolutely awesome. Oh god, and this one too. Dude, there was a lot of highlights. Whisper, what a god.
That was a sick bait. They baited Pakaz so hard there. They were just like, Pakaz, go. All right, Whisper will cover you. And cover him, and did. Also, yeah, that early nullifier did a ton of work. It's very good versus a lot of the heroes on Xtreme too. It just made sure that he could focus one target and they would just die, pretty much guaranteed.
Panda.
Man, did you see those Mega Meepo saves in that last fight though? That was kind of frightening. He got out of one black hole. He almost got out of another.
Dude, every play is just a Whisper black holing everybody. This one, they didn't even quite do enough to kill him through the double black hole because that hero is that crazy. But showing that, it's still possible. And yeah, here, where was Xing Q during this? I didn't see where he ended up. I was hoping he was going to be able to get some hits in, but
He's just back there.
staying too far outside of the fight.
I mean, because they keep getting pulled in and slept.
Oh,
so
yeah.
You get pulled in by the black hole, and if you try and interact and move away from it, you just get slept. And then that just pulls you back in even further. It's a very nice combination.
Black hole and white hole laid on top of each other with a little bit of blue sprinkled in there.
Well, dazzling.
Well, we still have a lot of games that are currently going on. We're ready for, I think, the next round of it. I think they were waiting for our game to finish because, again, they all start at the same time because they all depend upon each other, depending upon what the whole tiebreaker situation is. So we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we're going to have game number 2. We'll see you then.
Progress is a race that has no end. After every finish line, another challenge awaits. How can we continue to push innovation in a sport at the forefront of technology? This is how. Discover how Aramco and the Aston Martin Formula One team aim to meet Formula One's sustainable fuel targets. Aramco, powered by How.
الحياة لحن، ولأننا جزء من مقطوعة عظيمة تحركنا، تلمسنا، تصنع من لحظاتنا ذكريات بديعة. لأن الوجبة، التجربة، المغامرة، حياتك بعد جديد في هيلتون الرياض.
All new Honor Magic 5 Pro. Freeze even fleeting emotions in just milliseconds. Take marvelous night shots with lightning-fast exposure. The display reveals more details in bright areas with an astonishingly long battery life that just keeps going. The latest flagship chipset brings you exceptional performance. Unleash the power of magic. Honor Magic 5 Pro.
stand still, if I had a say, where I'd run to, where I would lay, if time bent to my will, if I could decide where I should remain, where I would hide. Sure as the sun, come rain or shine, I know where I belong. If time were to stand still, if I had a say, where I'd run to, where I would lay, if time bent to my will, if I could decide where I should remain,
Welcome back, everybody. We're getting ready for our final game in Group A to commence here. Xtreme Gaming facing off against EG. Crazy stuff happened in the last one. The Meepo opening. No, I can't.
Really? It doesn't make a nice pouring noise? I've tried this before. It never works.
Unfortunate,
Well, it sounds great to me, guys. Get the coffee out is what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know why we need the coffee out, folks?
Why is that?
Because there's going to be tiebreakers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be a long day. All right. It's looking like it's going to be a long day. I don't know. We just find Knoxville. You know how he is. He does the maths.
True.
As they call it over there. Multiple S. What did you? All I see is no, please God, tweeted by Eoston. Oh, I see. He saw your tweet earlier about the tiebreakers.
Oh, it's good stuff. Well, we're already into the draft, so let's hop on into it right now. See if similar stuff happens. Also, we're gonna try and give you guys a spoiler warning. If you at some point during the cast you hear spoiler and you don't want to hear what's going on in the other two games, just mute it real quickly and we'll carry on. I'm gonna sneeze now.
Whoa, wait. What if they mute it and then they feel like it's better muted and then they never come back?
I mean, that's a possibility. Sorry, I had to sneeze there.
Okay.
My goodness gracious, it's pollen apparently. But
whoa.
yeah,
A lot of people DC'd, including DY, but it looks like the draft's still going. Okay. I think we're good.
is DY back in? Oh, he is.
He is. He has reconnected. But Matthew, DY, JT, Panda, all disconnected, but they're all back in. And they're still drafting stuff. So I think we're okay.
All good. All wonderful. So change up in bans a little bit here that we can already see. The last game, there was the Ember and the Snapfire that were banned out. This time Snap is let through and it's Storm instead that's banned. As well as the Legion and the Timber Saw. So they're going to take the Snap on EG. Perfect.
Alrighty. Not too surprising there. Both teams, I'm sure, would have taken her in the first phase if she was left in. So they want to grab it for themselves.
Real quickly, again, the stakes as to what's going on. We're going to try and keep up with the other games, at least on the side monitor, so we can understand what the situation is across them. So real quickly, it looks like in the mainstream, LGD is currently up and in a decent position. If they win, that sets them up to be at like a situation where we could have some tiebreakers. I mean, no matter what, there's going to be tiebreakers, but it would be LGD basically at 7-7, which is around the spot where we'd be having tiebreakers for the upper half of the bracket. And EG would be the team that if they get a 2-0 would then be tied with LGD, and there would have to probably be some tiebreaker scenarios between those two to see who it is that makes it through in the upper bracket, along with other teams. Xtreme, that match doesn't matter for them at all. But you're taking a look at the other two. How are they looking?
They have just started.
Okay.
Both our other matches of Spirit versus Nine Pandas and Gladiators versus OG. So
okay,
still very early over there.
Fair enough.
What's going to happen? Looking at these two teams, though, coming into today, Xtreme was on a 5-game losing streak, which has now been extended to 6 games straight. They have lost, and EG had lost 4 in a row. They got double 2-0'd by Quest and then LGD. So it's it's got to feel good for EG right now, riding out, coming back in, getting their win. But prior to this, Xtreme were kind of on a roll. Near the end of the play-ins, they did really well. They won 6 straight, and then they were looking okay in this. But then to just immediately start dropping these games, it's been a bit painful. They're struggling a bit in the draft. They have we talked about this in draft number 1. This idea of grabbing the Mars, the Ember, or the Storm Spirit in the first phase when they're left in has kind of been their go-to. And they're back to the Mars once again here. It is one of JT's best heroes. I'm sure there is some chance to flex it to the mid as well, just in case. But for the most part, you are expecting this to be JT looking to take over a game here.
Right. Well, you talked about this before. I think that there's just something to be considered for both of these teams is that they have pretty wildly different openers, and they've changed a lot throughout the course of this tournament. It feels like both teams are kind of trying to grasp at whatever works and still find their identity. And this is kind of what they've come up with in this particular day. But that's never a good sign. And all of those lost matches for both of them is why they're at the bottom of the table and why they've been struggling so much to figure things out. It's a sort of cruel thing about Dota, right? They can be having great games the entire year, and then all of a sudden the big tournament comes around. There's a patch a little bit beforehand, and those ideas aren't working anymore. And
Whoa.
they're just trying to grasp on for all it's worth. But yeah, the TA taken in the first phase with the snap.
That is interesting. Wow. Yeah, I
Is
would
this
not
an
have guessed
answer
that.
against the Mars?
I would assume, but it's also such a C-Smile hero in my eyes. I mean, I guess it is a Pakaz hero too, but
Yeah.
it's I mean, he's kind of been crushing on the hero as of late, so they did lose their last game on it, unfortunately, but it is one of his best heroes, like all time. If you look at his numbers, he's got 49 games on Templar Assassin with a 71% win rate. So, like compared to games played, it's that and his Bloodseeker that certainly stand out as being a couple of his best. So, at the very least, because they are 9th pick here, it does mean that maybe depending on the 2 heroes they have, they could even shift it right up to the end if they see one of those favorable matchups in the mid lane for the TA.
Right. Yeah, I think I remember on some of those breakout games on when this was the Thunder Awaken team, it was Pakaz on TA that people began to understand how good he was as a player, and it was around the Aghanim Scepter builds that were coming out around that time. So that could be another nice thing to do. We haven't seen a ton of Ags TA in this new world of Dota 2, but could be something for the late game that'd be really nice to control the map.
And this will be the 3rd game in a row we've seen this, right? Because they did it. The last time that they played it was versus LGD. That was to counter News Mars. So they put it safe lane for Pakaz. We had the game in Gladiators game where I think we were casting that one, where they did it versus JT's Mars, and they did the safe lane Duraccio TA, which they ended up winning. So this is going to be another game where we're seeing this matchup here. And I guess clearly teams favoring this Templar Assassin. It makes sense. We saw it in that game where the Mars has to just deal with the side blades the entire time. You don't have the best kill threat on the hero. And what do you ever get that's decent for this hero? I guess the Shard multiple instances is kind of cool.
Right. Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Well, and I guess to some extent, if you can get the arena down in a position where she can't sideblade off of anything and just trying to right click into it.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird and not that often that happens. I think the big thing for me is that these are 2 lane dominating heroes that EG have taken out of the jump. And that was the issue for Xtreme last time. It was such an insane lead that EG got out to, and I'm worried that it's going to happen again.
Well, they're looking for those late game solutions too. EG are trying to eliminate some of those. Get rid of the Naga Siren, get rid of the Terra Blade. Heroes that can try and drag things out a little bit here. Still extremely popular. And then they'll just remove the Clockwork, a super solid position 5 to play with the Templar Assassin. You want those melee 5s. The ET will still be in for EG. I could definitely see Panda bringing that out. But the Undying's gone. I wonder if he's been working on any other ones. There's also still Batrider in the pool. That hero just has vanished in a lot of our drafts as of late. Okay, there he is. Good. Nice. I was a little concerned.
Oh, Panda Oracle. Let's go. Take it, baby.
Remember, were we making fun of him because he had no hero pool and then he just suddenly busted out an Oracle one day? Because he even said, he's like, my team, they won't let me pick anything.
Yeah.
I'm only allowed to pick the same heroes. I haven't practiced a lot of heroes. He didn't play Ench for a while. Then he started bringing that out. He's been working hard on the hero pool.
He does have a good Oracle, though. I think it is one of his better ones, and obviously great against Batrider.
There it
They're going
is.
to take the Enchantress instead.
Yeah, I mean, he's been on his grind on this. It started, I think it was Dream League when he first played his first Edge game, I want to say. But this tournament, he has just been Edge over and over and over again if it's left in. And it looks like a fine game. Extremely versatile support hero. You have all the creeps that you can grab various buffs from and utilize that. But obviously, you can play off lane, you can play safe lane, you can roam mid really well. She's probably the best overall support in terms of versatility in the patch. It's also just so good at controlling the camps and the pulls and make sure you're going to be a good spot for that. But it's TA tied, guys. Any
Hey,
fans? Any
I've heard
fans in the
about
chat? The TA tie combo? I've seen a movie or something about this once. A documentary.
True. I heard that they have everything.
They
do. Let's see. It is going to be Razor taken now to answer this Tidehunter. And this is one thing that I'm wondering. I feel now like this snap might end up getting transitioned to Matthew. I'm not sure about that, but like EG don't really have another card to throw out there. Maybe they just take another support here that's a pos 4, but I don't know what actually fills that role.
Are you ready for the world's greatest IO pick ever on Xtreme?
Ooh.
Imagine if they went IO last pick. IO Bat, IO Razor, IO Mars. You could run such a fast game. But is fast games good? Are they good anymore, guys? Are they dead? Oh, it's banned. Guys, put me in. Honestly, just put me in the coach's chair. I'm in their heads.
Down. I think it's it's one of those things that like IO to me at least feels like it would have fit that super well. They ban out the morph lane, so still feeling like that Razor is a little bit vulnerable to it. But that means that they're thinking that this could be that TA mid. And I guess that's true, that they can still do that swap. I was thinking about it only in the Snapfire position, but I guess that they could still run a different carry at this point.
Yeah, they have a ton of options right now. It's funny because we're talking about the TA tie combo, but that snap tie combo I think is really strong too. And that can be support or core. I think either way that you play it, it works out really nicely. I assume that they're going to do snap mid. I don't know. Snap mid to me feels really good. So I'm kind of surprised they are worried about that as a consideration. I guess it depends on how Xtreme wants to play the Bat Rider, right? If this is going to be support or maybe if they see a really strong core option for it.
Right. Yeah, that's a good point. But they have to pick first out of this phase anyways, which makes things a little testy.
Yeah, exactly.
They ban the puck. So that tells me that they are not thinking it's TA mid. Or they're like double bluffing it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. Because Xtreme are certainly assuming this TA is matching up into their Mars. Like, that's got to be the plan. Oh, unless they're going to put the Mars mid.
Right.
Unless they want that as an option.
I mean, it's definitely a possibility. I don't feel like it's a paparazzi hero, though.
I guess they just view that. We talked this discussion about the Morphling versus the Razor as being a counter pick. A lot of teams still think that kind of ruins Razor, even though Amar seems to think that Razor actually does well in that matchup. So it could be that they really don't want their Razor's game ruined.
Yeah.
So they don't want them to shift around based off of that. The idea being that you just copy the Razor and take the link and cancel it out, and you can easily get out of his link by using waveform, but he can't escape your link that easily. Plus, high armor hero, blah, blah, blah.
True. All good things.
What are they lacking, though? What's their jump like on EG? Their first move in isn't incredible. The Morphling or the Faceless Void would have done pretty well in fixing that. They don't have a lot of time, though. And they'll go Queen.
Ooh.
Okay. The classic Razor matchup.
I mean, so Xtreme were not anticipating that. They banned out 2 carries. Maybe it's just, again, like you said, the Morphling against the Razor and then feeling like it was too scary to see a Faceless come out. But the Quap is there, and I mean, it's an answer to Bat Rider. It's an answer to Mars Razor. I don't think there's a good hero that you can send mid. They need to take something else, which would have been the puck.
And it's lanes. It is definitely lanes, right? Like, this whole idea, just like game 1, is we just want really strong lanes, and we want to play off of that.
So, do they try and counter the lane? No. Sort of. They try and deal with the lane.
Yeah. They try and survive.
I don't
know.
know.
Tricore of Dragonite Razor Mars.
Dude.
Okay.
DY Bat Rider? Like, I don't know about this one.
You're not a believer?
I don't think I'm a believer.
In DY, my goat?
I don't think they got it. I think Xtreme are about to get 2-0'd. I mean, we'll see what happens. A big match for sure. Evil Geniuses, if they 2-0 here, they're playing most likely for a spot in upper bracket. They'd be playing tiebreakers for it. If Xtreme win, then we're in some weird situation where now maybe it's a 3-way tiebreaker to figure out who it is that's going to be going home. Maybe they have to play a best of 3 to try and figure out who's getting eliminated between these two teams again. A lot of things can change. A lot of things are going on. But yeah, Quap last and then the DK. Not inspiring, the pick, but very it's very boring. Boring can be good.
I
Right?
know how you were going to get on that one. So you went with boring.
I just had to be real, right? It's boring. It's a boring hero. But
He has an anime, sir. All right.
Okay. I
Oh,
almost
what?
said-
Oh, what? What?
I don't know. Yeah, he does have an anime trend. You're right. How
Okay.
dare
It
I?
was one of the animes of all time.
It was.
Lyrical.
It's
Watch
actually
your tone.
It's one of the only animes that I've ever seen. So it's one of the best animes that I've seen. That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
As we get ready to go into this game number 2, EG facing off Xtreme. Let's see what happens. We're in for a wild ride. I will say also, the interesting thing about this is that you kind of have these two dynamics between these two teams. EG are crazy. They do wild stuff. Xtreme playing a little bit more by the book.
Wait, I thought that they were sponsored by the X Games. Are they not
Are
that
they?
extreme?
I don't know. Maybe they are. Sure.
They do some stunts in between games,
Yeah. I hear
Just
you.
hit up the old half pipe, do a couple 900s.
Well, we're getting into this real quickly since it looks like they're not going to run into each other. Do you want to give us an update? I'll give you my update real quickly.
What's your
Spoiler,
update?
LGD are currently in the lead, and it looks like they are at 28 minutes, 9K up, in a decent position.
All right. Well, at 17 minutes, 9 Pandas are 7K up, and they have a Brood and Meepo on their team. So
Wow.
that's a pretty good sign versus Team
Okay.
Spirit. So 9 Pandas are looking good for a potential 2-0. On our other matchup, oh my God, it's over. Game and Gladiators ran down OG in 15 minutes. What the heck?
Oh, my God. I think
What?
that's it for OG then.
They got annihilated. They got brooded. They got underlorded.
Okay.
They got Quinn Pangoed. Quinowed.
So that matters a lot for Xtreme now. Xtreme, they have to win, otherwise they're out. That's all that it comes down to. If Xtreme do not win this game, they are going to be out of the tournament.
It's that simple, huh?
And honestly, even if they do win, it's then a tiebreaker between EG and Xtreme to run it back, and
Yep.
one of them makes it out, the other one has to go home. So EG, if they want to avoid another series against Xtreme, they have to win now. That's what this game comes down to.
And you said, was the LGD that were leading? Sorry, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So
that's what's crazy, though, is that if EG win this, they are potentially upper bracket. If they lose this, they are on the verge of going home.
as Dota, baby. All right, Xtreme, fight for your lives. This is your tournament draft right now. Last stock, last match, first hit. We'll see. So far, though, lanes shaking out as you'd expect. My main thing to watch would be the top lane, I would say, right? Ghost versus Whisper. What can he do with this Razor? He takes the first point in the plasma field. He's zapping them out. Got DY on the bat, harassing with the flame break. And then what happens at level 2? When you get the Firefly up, do you just go for a quick chase down play onto Matthew? If they get level 2 first, can they just walk him down with no cookie being available and someone just dies? I feel like that's very possible.
Mm-hmm.
So the XP break's going to be super important in that top lane. Mid lane is just Queen versus DK. It is a snooze fest for sure.
Absolutely.
C-Smile has a chance at early kills, maybe. He's not taking any points in the dagger, though. But, I mean, we see this a lot from the Queen of Pain. They sometimes take the 2 points at level 3 since it's worthless level 1 anyway. But we'll see what he does. He takes the second point Scream, though.
Okay. Good to keep our eyes on that one. You can see underneath the tower right now, they're actually trying to go a bit onto Ghost. A good amount of damage. The right clicks Matthew, though. Ooh, one more hit and first blood drawn by DY. Whisper wanting to get some retribution, but he's just going to die for it. A double kill for DY. Backs up against the wall. Xtreme making the plays, and that is huge.
I'm sorry. Did you not believe in the DY Bat Rider? Is that what I heard?
I did not, dude. I was not
Look
a
at this
believer.
guy. Look at him. Kills himself into the
Crazy.
tower, coming back, full resources, easy life. Oh, he's looking pretty good up top. But at least bottom lane, Pakaz having a grand old time. Panda helping out here. There's now famed enchanters that he's been on the mega grind with.
Oh, yeah. Also managed to unblock that camp over there. It's some heal troll priests. So can do a little bit of play with this if they need to get the pull through.
I love how you can see that Xtreme have blocked their camp, and yet there's still a double stack in it. So like Panda still has so much to work with.
I know.
He just needs the level so he can get the bigger creeps.
It's a real problem, actually. Them having access to that early and now just mana burning JT. It's going to be annoying.
So funny. Oh, I love Edge. Where are the harpies? Where's the harpy camp? Oh, it's down below. Oh, good. The harpies can come out next.
I mean, I don't know if you'll head down there to go and check it, but it would be kind of nice to get that one. That'd be pretty huge.
It's kind of a level 1 a nuisance, though. You know, you got to get in there really early.
Well, after that double kill, things seem a little bit more chill as the spear back. Also up on the top side, DY going on to Whisper with Ghost forcing back Matthew. So doing a good job of controlling this top lane. Although there have been a good amount of denies by Whisper so far on the Tide.
Yeah, I think considering how much I've seen Whisper pushed back alongside Matthew, that the last hints aren't really there from Ghost. Not gonna lie, I don't know if this is a symptom of the no Dota plus levels Razor. I don't know if he's not been on his grind, but Razor's kind of notorious for a annoying attack animation, kind of like Drow. I feel like if you don't put in the games, that you just kind of miss some CS randomly.
Fair. The run through now coming from DY as JT. They're gonna find Pakaz, and again the Bat Rider is here. DY making that move. Kaz has to run all the way up, and no, they miss it completely. Pulls him back in. JT spear back up in one. Pakaz, did they have enough for the kill? He pushes him out. Oh, the tree cut from DY ends up keeping Pakaz alive. Has Fairy Fire too. They're going to be fine.
Jeez, DY's lucky he didn't just die there. Panda was busy with something else. He could have been stomped by that centaur.
And look at this. It allows Whisper to do this lane pull. Now, he does miss a creep there, but still, that move, not getting what Xtreme wanted out of it.
That bounce back from DY was almost super clutch, though.
See
Oh, he gets another one.
Oh, my God. See Smile. Meanwhile, bottom.
Bottom, too.
Pakaz ends up falling. So, multiple actions going on across here. They lose the TA. Panda, very low, ends up falling.
All right, so if you look down to the right side of that safe lane tower, DY was just lurking right here in the fog. And he was just waiting, and then he just jumped out and flame break the TA. He wasn't expecting it. That's what led to that double kill happening. So really nicely played. Thought he was returning to that top lane. And that ward, too, very unlikely to get de-warded. So it's just giving the full vision of who's actually down here looking after Pakaz.
Yeah. Well, Paparazzi hit 6 in the mid lane, trying to make up for a couple of things last game that went wrong for him. And is doing a really good job of it. 6-minute rune, though. It's going to spawn down bottom. DY picks up the arcane and now goes on to Matthew. Seeing if he can get some good hits there. In trouble. Matthew needing to get away. Pulled back in. Sonic waves. He Smile gets the kill. And then turns on to DY. DY now turned upon by Panda. Has a creep on him. As well as a few more right clicks. Tries to get the pushback, but see Smile there for the finish. Now Paparazzi kills off Panda. And a bloodbath in these early goings.
Yeah, lucky the Alpha Wolf didn't steal that one away from him. C-Smile making the most out of these early rotations on Queen of Pain. This is very standard versus Dragon Knight. Sometimes you'll still see Queen of Pains go for the daggers if they think it's really good on the other lanes and with their rotations and stuff, but overall, you often just skip it, right? Because like he's going to be going for the max points in Dragon Blood most of the time. So he's trying to get better rotations with these points into the Scream of Pain as opposed to the Shadow Strike, and actually finds an opportunity with an early Sonic Wave, which is pretty rare, I would say, for Queen of Pain, you know?
Yeah.
That was a pretty solid one to start off with, but the matchup, the issue is that when you make these rotations, DK is going to hit your tower. Historically, that's always going to be a bit of the problem. So we'll see if C-Smile can make those rotations worth it.
See if they can indeed.
That was kind of the bread and butter of game 1, was just this whole idea of playing around C-Smile. And last game, I was a little jaded there with the Coddle Lich, but they did an insanely good job. Like, they played it almost perfectly with C-Smile early. This game, it's much easier. With a Snapfire especially, like when this hero hits 6, it's free kills across the whole map. And Ench too. Just because Ench, like, once you have 6, you can just, like, run into enemy territory. Like, who cares? Who's going to kill you?
Yeah. Well, and even if they do kill you, it's going to take such a big commitment that usually it's not worth it anyways. So something else to consider there. But back behind the tower, it was Xingqiu who got down a good ward. Panda is just farming down there as Xingqiu makes the rotation to secure the rune. And it will be a shield rune for Paparazzi. So in case you had thoughts you were going to kill that DK, definitely not going to happen now. By the way, a quick little update. Spoiler alert to all you folks out there. I believe that LGD did win that game. So we have 2 games that have now finished and even more into the way of tiebreakers. It's happening, folks. Jump forward, DY. Turned on by C-Smile. Whisper's there too. Has Ravage at the ready. They're going to get the Batrider kill. Can they find more?
Xingqiu not really wanting to be here at level 4 on a Rubik. Because the one downside to DK is that he doesn't tend to leave the lane, and so your supports can't come and soak it up. Like, you think about these like TA mids or something, and they just run off. Any other mid hero that can farm stacks a little bit, it's great. But can't get it, and that's a Mars Midas. I believe DK also going Midas, very likely, right? That tends to be the build. Sometimes you see Blink, then the Midas after for the mid DKs, but because you don't have the bottle, you can often get away with getting the Midas on the earlier end and still being effective.
Right.
He feels really tanky right now. He is just punching C-Smile, telling him to get back. Matthew, though, trying to turn this into a bait play. I don't think so.
You're not killing that guy.
No, like, come on.
Radiant's bottom tower
There are
kisses.
One thing that has been working very well for EG up to this point, though, has been the stacks. They have been building them up as DY, Xingqiu, JT moving around, and up top, they're going on to Whisper. Does have Ravage at the ready after he Meteor Hammered the tower, pops it, tries to get away. C-Smile shows up for another one.
What's up?
This is what they needed. And Ghost? I mean, C-Smile's still moving after him here. With DY nearby, it's a little bit crazy. But the blink forward, they find him, and now Psyblade, big meld strike, keeping creeps chasing. Paparazzi shows up. C-Smile in range, gets stunned, has a blink, gets out just in time.
What?
Blink coming off cooldown as the spear was in the air. And, I mean, that's pretty huge. The tower does end up dying.
I cannot believe he didn't die to that spear. That had to be just fractions from hitting him. Like tiny little pixels. Itty bitty units of measurement.
Man.
All right. That's very, very fortunate there. Because great rotation from C-Smile. Gets another play with a Sonic Wave. Makes it so the Ravage wasn't a waste there from Whisper. Whisper still looking to use this Meteor Hammer, though. Right. He wants to farm up these camps. Do you want to rotate to another lane now that you've taken down top? That is always a bit of a tougher question. Meanwhile, down bottom, this tower is still pretty healthy for EG. Do you want to send the Tide down here to defend, or are they just going to give it up?
Yeah.
Looks like they don't have any plans on being here.
I guess with no Ravage, yeah, it's pretty tough to do it. And they did already take the top tower in the meantime. Matthew, this camp that he has been stacking up is enormous. And because eyes up those ancients and says, oh, yes, thank you very, very much, I will enjoy that.
But more importantly, it gives Matthew 6.
Oh, yeah.
That's the true win of this stack. Time for him to make his moves around.
Yeah, this next Ravage fight is going to be nuts for EG.
Dude, it's so insane that you get experience not only from the stacking, but also from the leeching as supports now. It's actually nuts.
Yeah.
No wonder we just pick stack heroes. It's how else do you get 6? It feels like right now on a support, because we're seeing all these support players who are level 5 and level 4 at like 14 minutes, unless they have this happening.
Right. No, it's true. It's a huge
Look
difference.
at Matthew. He's like, oh, he TP'd over here for this. Because I think was gonna make it. He's like, I got you.
Dude, I buy back to make stacks.
I've seen it.
And not really that many made on the Dire side as of yet. They have the one over there on the Ancient camp, but that also could be stolen eventually, maybe. Need to be careful about this. Matthew's waiting. Panda's nearby too.
This tower's pretty much forfeit, though. The DK, I don't know.
Whisper, he does have TP at the ready. They start to go. Paparazzi, Mortimer's kisses onto him. The TP comes out. They're not going to be able to get there in time. Panda will get speared. He's not dying. See, Smile thought about letting it rip. Did have that Sonic Wave ready. Not the best fight from EG with that Mortimer's kisses, actually.
Will they deny the tower? That is the question. I like the idea of rotating in, holding Ravage. Yeah, they're going to deny it because it will go down. Like, it's just guaranteed.
Radiant's middle tower.
Oh, nice play there. Glyph into deny. Be very happy about that.
Now, at 13 minutes, the big question is Whisper just going to ever be stopped from doing this? It does not appear so.
I don't think you have any way to do it. Unless you're going to get an arena play, and that's not up for another 40 seconds, so.
Telekinesis, you know?
Yeah, come here. Come closer to me.
Well, they are taking it. So another tower down.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And Pakaz keeps farming.
Midas Blink versus Midas Blink. DK and Mars, right?
Yeah.
They're building the Midases, they're building the Blinks, and Ghost is going to try and become the... is he the mop, I guess, to their bucket? Or are they the mops and he's the bucket?
I mean, to be honest with you, he's going to become... What's a tool that becomes ineffective and terrible later? What's a tool?
A wood pickaxe.
So I think Ghost is going to be a wood pickaxe later in this game.
Oh.
Because he's a Razor that doesn't really farm, and like his other cores aren't really fighting. You know?
So farming.
Yeah.
Okay. No. Farming. DY got a bounty rune, that's farm.
Okay.
Go for the halberd. Great choice.
I guess
he's got a Manta, dude. He can fight a Templar Assassin. That's the best item versus TA. You dispel the meld. Your multiple units are hitting refractions.
Right. Well, I guess... Oh, my God. Is Zincu dead? No, he's fine. Okay. Okay. All right.
All right. Now, surely he's dead this time.
They do kill him there. Drop the arena down. Find Whisper. Whisper has mech still. See Smile hanging onto the Sonic Wave. Lining it up. And Whisper does go down there.
Dude, how did that hit him?
I don't know. This Panda tries to back away. See Smile? Still spamming damage out. Gets stunned by Paparazzi. The blink onto him with the spear, and see Smile did not see that one coming.
I don't even know how he got hit by that last right click, but it happened. So down he goes.
So I guess my thing that I agree, like, yeah, Manta, Razor, awesome, all good stuff. It feels like they're playing more for Paparazzi to scale, though, because without a Midas going like Manta Halberd, Ghost is not going to be farming as efficiently as, like, a TA.
No, and
going to
DK,
outscale him.
Yeah, DK has the best matchups in this game for sure. All three cores, DK kind of crushes if he gets that insane Aghanims gameplay later on. So I think that's definitely viable. And DY, the boy, with the early Blink Dagger, early because he's a support player, we'll still count it. He grabs Matthew. Paparazzi wants the finish. Don't be too greedy, though, bud.
Oh, good cookie.
Yo, the cookie. Oh,
good cookie. Paparazzi, what's happened, sir? Tries to TP out. Not gonna happen. Oh, no.
You know what the worst thing is? I saw him immediately move his Midas in his back or his bag, so he even knows that it's ready.
Yeah.
It hurts. It hurts.
Well, they did get the return kill on Tide down bottom, so Razor making good use of that.
Some vengeance at the very least. That'll transfer a little bit of wealth over to Ghost as opposed to their DK, but yeah, that was very greedy. I really don't know why he ran in there. I don't know how he thought that was going to wind up being a kill. But Matthew goes back to stacking. We got to check his stat cams at the end of this game.
Right. He's got so many. Man. Yeah. That is going to be a very farm Snapfire. And honestly, you know, the last game went towards like 55 minutes or something. If Matthew keeps up this pace, he might actually get into that like right-click snapfire eventually. There's a chance.
It's an elimination game.
Yeah.
It tends to drag out a little bit here. So there is always the possibility of us going mega late here. I think you finds a couple of traps.
The other thing they could do is they could have Pakaz farm a rapier and then die to ancients, and then Matthew could pick it up and wait for one of Xtreme to pick up, so it makes it
right.
not,
yeah. You have to do that first to unmute it, but
and then you kill him.
Yeah. Now that's a very viable strategy.
Okay, glad we're on the
like
same
that.
page.
I think you should be able to pass it to Roche, and then you just have to fight Roche with a rapier, and then if he drops it, it's unmuted.
Okay,
you should be able to equip Roche.
Yeah.
In case the enemy team.
Right.
You can't
Give it
take
BKB.
Roche. Give him blood grenades.
Yeah.
Catch him off guard. All right, DY smoked up, looking for the blink play. Sees Panda. That's what he wants.
Finds one. Now there are a lot of heroes nearby for EG. Panda living for a very long time, but the stun, it's there. Whisper, Ravage, Sonic Wave, damage out from the Mortimer's Kisses. Z Smile, stand tall. Chases now onto DY, trying to kill him off. They get that one. Can they find JT or Xingqiu? Will be a consolation kill, but it will be a kill.
Yeah, I don't think they were suspecting that so many people were nearby. Looks like he noticed that ward got dropped down by Matthew as well, but is that... Oh, they have their own observer up on the high ground there, too. One thing I'm noticing, I was just about to point out the Gossamer Capes. How many Gossamer Capes do you guys see versus Templar Assassin?
Yeah.
Let's see. We got one on DK. We got one on Batrider. Actually, so I think Tide got one, too. Yeah, Tide's got one on the Radiant side as well. It seems to be the hot new item.
Jump forward. Finds Matthew. And Matthew gets the cookie connection onto DY to keep both of them alive. That was nice. That was really good. Yeah, the Gossamer Cape is going to be annoying, and there's still heroes that have tier 1. I think Mars still has an Arcane Ring. Might end up getting a Gossamer eventually.
Well, EG back on their game 1 plan here. Grouping up, pushing towers. Whisper with a hero that can actually destroy buildings. Something that has been lacking a little bit here from Xtreme. And they haven't taken the safe lane tower up top yet. As in, EG's offlane tower. They managed to push the mid and the bot, but this is the tough one that teams tend to struggle with. And they just take it with ease because of the hero they chose for Whisper, who immediately going to hop through the twin gate, I assume.
Dodge Roche.
Yeah, okay.
Are they going to try and take Roche pretty soon here?
That's what Xtreme think. They immediately start running down here because it is a TA lineup and he has Deso, so it is a good
They don't
thought.
have Ravage. That's why.
Oh, then they're going to steal it.
This is going to take a while.
I don't thought of the Storm.
Oh, they want to fight instead. They see him up top on Pakaz. But he is blinking back and getting away. So Xtreme wanting to take the fight instead, and they're not going to connect on this. Okay.
It does require a big investment because if they take the Roche, they can't fight after. And with how EG are playing, they would just immediately run at them because like Ravage is back up. So if they see that they have Roche, they'll probably just smoke immediately at the side of Xtreme.
Right. More stacks. And Pakaz taking the Wisdom Rune for himself while looking at the Tormentor. And one of those heroes that can do it pretty well.
One real missed opportunity for Xtreme is unfortunately not getting a vision down on that Roche pit. We got a long time where it's going to be lurking down here, and you just all swept right through, and you couldn't get any obs down in that area to keep an eye on it.
Yeah. They have the one Observer ward in basically by Pakaz and Panda right now.
Yeah.
That is going to see movements that head up that way if they wait long enough. But yeah, not having it on the gate definitely hurts. But they do have Blink Dagger now, done for Mars. So double blinks, almost blink BKB on Dragon Knight. Which is pretty huge for Paparazzi.
They're just building the same items.
Yeah.
JT and
guys.
Paparazzi, yeah. We are the same. He's just like me, for real, for real.
True. Well, at least at this point, a lot on the line with EG having a slight gold lead. And again, the stakes for this match, where we're sitting, Evil Geniuses, if they win, they are going to have a shot at that upper bracket. And on the side of Xtreme, they would just be out. So win or go home for Xtreme. We'll have to see if they can keep it going.
And we have one BKB charge was used by JT, but we have fresh BKB on Paparazzi and now fresh BKB as well on Pakaz. Well, once that courier makes it to him. It's trying very hard. It has been trailing him for a while. Hopefully he has it before a fight breaks out. That would be embarrassing.
The fight is breaking out.
Sir, please. Thank you. Jeez, that was getting a little bit close. Oh my god, he almost missed the micro.
Blink away.
What a blink. That was stun
Nicely
used.
done. Risper, he's still there. He has Ravage ready. Waiting for the BKB to wear off on JT. He's waiting. Whisper, waiting. Throwing it out there. Turns onto DY. The big hits from Pakaz up on the high ground. Sonic Wave onto 4. Paparazzi starting to fall. Whisper, the patience. They will get C-Smile, but it was stolen by XinQ. Turned, lift on lift because of the Lotus. Now disarmed onto Ghost. Pakaz looking for an angle. Can they find anybody else? JT caught for the moment. He has a Blink Dagger. Ghost, he's in trouble. The chase is there, the Meld Strike, but JT, the spear, keeps them away. And then the cookie forward finds themselves a nice tasty Mars. He is going to die. Ghost slowed. Ghost, nowhere left to go. He does have Manta, but can they get there in time? Force Staff, not going to chase for it.
Oh man, these TA traps are so good. What an annoying skill. You know, just silence people randomly and break things up at this point in the game where it's unlikely to dispels. Nice blink from DY. Oh, I don't know, guys. There's still a lot of Radiant units.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for. They get the D ward too.
They're delaying.
Gets deny.
Just that little bit of a chase down. It might give them a chance to fight this Roche if they want to try. But again, you know, they are a cooldown reliant lineup. Paparazzi doesn't have his ulti back quite yet. Doesn't look like they're going to try and get this position.
No.
Plus, you know, it's TA tied. It's going to go down fast.
True enough. DY still stalking around this area. Panda spots him. Flame break.
I can't believe they came back. Paparazzi just Midas top.
Okay. Yeah. They're here.
DY's, he's crazy. He has buyback too.
I mean, they don't. It's what, 10 seconds? Oh my god, DY. DY! Oh, he might need that buyback.
What's this thinking about this? Where's the halberd? Oh, he got BKB off.
Jumps in. Panda in trouble. C-Smile trying to find the backline onto him. Meteor Hammer. Who needs a Ravage? Then the cookie forward. Matthew there has kisses. Connects now onto Ghost. It literally just came off cooldown as they kill XinQ. Paparazzi. Xtreme, when y'all gonna learn? Don't fight him. It's not worth it. Paparazzi trying to get away, and it looks like they're gonna let him escape. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. I can understand not wanting to give a free Aegis over to the TA lineup, but that was going to be a tough one either way. And they forced it onto Dire's side, I guess. So if you really want to go again, you can TP up here now.
True.
Let's just hand this one over, I think. That lead has ballooned a bit here in all of this roaching shenanigans here. And I think you can go back, too, in terms of just, like, the vision. That they never really established vision on this Roche, despite knowing that it's a TA lineup with a Deso, who is definitely going to go Roche over those 9 minutes. Or I guess, well, 4 minutes in the bottom part. But just this whole idea of prepping for this Roche, needing to take it, that's what they want to do.
Right.
And all these little things in the fights you have to worry about are just so frustrating when you're at a point in the game where once the BKBs are out, there's just no additional dispels coming from the team. Like Ghost Manta only gets him so far as well. He really tried to get that halberd at the start of the fight too, but the BKB was really fast for Pakaz.
I feel like it's starting to fall apart here for Xtreme. JT, whoa! They did have Ravage. Could have Meteor Hammered there, but nonetheless, it is going to be a TP out. And save your Meteor Hammer for the important things. Take down some buildings. Man, Link down done on Tide. And the way this game is shifted, again, there's some strong windows that are still coming out eventually from Xtreme, but can they actually get there? Also, both Dragon Knight and Mars have AC queued up.
I
need to talk about that one.
That's enough. Stop copying builds. All right? Sometimes you got to get off the guides, guys. You got to think for yourselves.
Tier 3 tower hit. Starts to fall. Xtreme pressure mounting again. You lose this game, they're going home. If Xtreme lose this game, they are done in this tournament. And it would
insane.
Oh my god. Oh, jeez. He doesn't even have a Gossamer cape, man. Paparazzi. Oh, he gets the blink away. Oh, man.
Refraction.
They were going for it. Jeez.
What is it with this spell? 6 instances. What is that? Like, come on.
Fair. So I believe, if I'm doing the math correctly, if EG win this, it would be a 3-way tiebreaker between them, LGD, and then one of 9 Pandas or Spirit. That's what we're coming down to now. If they can find a way to close this game out.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
And
Well, it's looking
set
pretty
their
good for
sights.
now. Defiant Shell here from Paparazzi. Actually, a pretty solid item in this case.
Not in position to defend this. They have Blink from JT. Misses the spear. Gets silence. Falls apart. Just dying. Sonic Wave. Oh, JT. Oh, not like that. They did steal Sonic Wave, but that he shorted the Blink. That's the only thing I can think of. Dude,
Panda, bro. Dude,
Oh
you
my
can't.
God.
You can't tip that.
Oh, no. Dude, you're eliminating them. Panda, you're
That's
a nice
misclick.
man.
It was a misclick. It was
You're
a
a
misclick.
nice
Panda's
man.
nice. It's a misclick. Just a misclick, guys. Come on.
Oh, jeez.
It's just a misclick.
You know what happened? These players have been playing against each other in pubs. Panda and JT were in a pub together at some point. It's the only explanation.
Whoo! All right, DY, what you got?
Lasso pulls back one. Because losing a lot, but is he going to be able to get out of there? It's the link going both ways, actually. So Because actually not listing any damage. That initiation, it's over, and now ready to go for high ground again.
And they just wait out this Eye of the Storm. Wait till it passes. Oh, or not.
Jump forward. Big Ravage onto Ghost, trying to kill him. Taking off the meld. Glimmer, back away. That spear hit. Whisper backs away. A good arena. The Sonic Wave out, pushing them all in, but they just don't quite have the damage. Whisper is low. They burn through and do kill off that Tidehunter. Matthew, though, turns and destroys DY. And now, see Smile running unchecked through this. Spear connects. Panda pushed to the tower, but as they are forced back on Xtreme, Evil Geniuses set to take this other Rax here for a moment. Now they have to back away.
Eye of the Storm's back up, but yeah, it's a little bit empty in the old tank right now. As the Reaver is delivered. All right, that's going to bump up the HP of Ghost to 3266. Getting beefier and beefier here, but they obviously have the damage to cut through pretty hard.
Yeah.
You can see the signs of the defense, though, right? Like, they have these tools that are there. As the BKB starts to get a little bit lower here for because things get a bit more hazardous. There won't be an Aegis to play around with the next time. It is definitely up to Xtreme to get it on this map. But what they did before to try and get back into a game where they were in a similar state was they had this JT Meepo, and he was able to just lurk around the map and find these free pickoffs. In this case, you kind of depend on DY, but they're running low on smokes.
Yeah.
And the actual burst damage to try and guarantee a kill out of that is very tough. Like, they have pretty good disables from, like, the DK stun and from the Mars Spear, but they need a really solid steal from Xing Q to actually have enough damage to blow someone up before they can just BKB or... Yeah, I mean, you already saw in that last fight, one of the things that Whisper utilized really well was the Lotus. He had a greater healing Lotus that he pumped himself back up to right before he got forced into that arena.
Well, I will say one thing. I mean, I kind of wish that it had been JT that bought the AC, but it was Paparazzi that did it first, and I'm kind of feeling like if you know you're going Midas on DK, you're sort of the last pick hero. They need to get into that Aghanim Scepter, like Manta type of build, but I don't know. Well, we'll see how it goes. He's level 18, does have AC completed now, so they're more tanky. But
trying to get through that first initial burst of the Ravage and the kisses. Because, like,
Right.
once the Ravage and the kisses are over, the sustained damage and the meld strikes, like, they want to just, like, lifesteal through it with these Satanics.
yeah.
Of course, JT still has a while to go before he's going to be out here.
Does have a lot of gold, though.
Are they just going to take this while they're nearby? This is pretty intense. Whisper.
Oh my god. They just all stood there, took a bunch of damage, Tendrils of the Deep, but it's not quite enough damage. As you said, they're going to have that Satanic ready to go for the Razor. Jump in with Panda. Panda starts to die. They do kill DY. So, Xtreme. This fight starting a lot better than the other ones. Arena connects now onto Whisper. Sonic Wave out. Stolen damage. Whisper dead. Pakaz, though, he has the damage that they need. They do manage to break that link immediately. Ghost taking a lot of hits now. And then the jump forward from C-Smile. He doesn't have any mana. He blinked into nothing. Pakaz turns, connects, JT dead. Now, Lasso onto C-Smile. The cookie forward, though, in the blink away from C-Smile to
That
keep him
halberd.
alive.
That halberd was huge.
It was all that keep them from getting that kill. So,
Man.
the sustain is starting to work.
Part of it is like the way that Ravage happens, because it's very tempting. He recognizes, hey, they're doing the Tormentor, I'm going to get a huge Ravage off, but they don't have that immediate like snap burst or additional control after because he was a little bit further from his allies. And then that cookie into the double stack up there, can you imagine if he didn't get that halberd off on a Pakaz? They were just lined right up for easy side blades.
Oh, yeah. No, it was clutch. The halberd is... I mean, this item is insane. Ghost is having a really good performance. The fact that he's been able to keep himself this farmed, like compared to his other two cores that have Midas, is really impressive. Level 20 now. The movement speed talent, all this stuff to keep him survivable.
It was crazy when that halberd the Hurricane Pike active was used on Ghost, and you just saw those like 6 projectiles flying at him. He didn't really take that much damage. You know,
No.
he is getting up there right now.
Well, and also the evasion, right? No MKB for Pakaz. Does have a DD
Farm dude.
in the bottle right now, though. This Panda gonna get the little friends.
Bit unfortunate. We're definitely hoping for the Blink Silence, I would say.
Yeah,
Slightly more useful in this match.
true.
But, I mean, at least you do have the added bonus of the multiple creeps, which can do something. Oh,
Panda.
they're coming through the Twin Gate. We're all here. Whoa.
See, smile.
Everybody's
onto
here.
him. Whisper. Whisper's stuck. Whisper's, he gets pushed out. He's unstuck. Now, JT, BKB, Panda getting damage drained. Chasing Sonic Wave on the back line. C-Smile goes in like a crazy person. And there's the Ravage already used. Now C-Smile trying to keep JT out of the fight. They have the disarm onto Templar Assassin. Backs away, keeps her out of it. Whisper's still surviving, but he's getting lower and lower. Mortimer's kisses now. Paparazzi finds the Snapfire. Able to take him out. Xtreme. It's starting to work for them, but broken. Oh, the Silver Edge on the DK. With the DD rune, Pakaz is winning this fight. The DD rune is everything that they needed right now. Turning on to Ghost with the Satanic going. Still thinking about chasing this one. Has the Lincoln Sphere passed over to him to make sure he doesn't get that mana drain. Turns to Zinq. Finds the kill. The Assassin. The Templar Assassin. It's not quite enough to take down Ghost. Oh, those misses. Those misses. The right
the
click that
Silver
was
Edge,
a
man.
little bit too late.
You got the Mars in the last fight, and he just annihilates the DK, and this one is a perfect pickup in this one from Pakaz.
Jeez.
There is a Roche spawning in 3 seconds right now. The trap has popped onto JT. Give him a little bit of a frightening chill. Showing no concerns of potential Roche. They don't have a trap on the top one, so they won't know for sure that this is back up right now.
Spear back. JT found that one. Got Panda, but the cookie. Oh my god. And now broken there. Pakaz turning on to DY, trying to get that kill, but the cheese is there to keep him alive. Oh, it was the Satanic. You're right. Still, DY does go down. See, smile. They're trying to take these buildings. That is what they did last game. Pakaz focused on the Ancient, this time trying to focus on the racks. They get the glyph out of it.
And Zinq can't grab a steal on the way out either. Another thing that we didn't even discuss during that last fight was C-Smile. Like you said, he was just diving like a crazy person. He really was. He just got on top of both supports at the start of the fight, forcing Q to start playing really defensively. Couldn't get that many great steals. He only winds up getting like the tendrils, and then he was zoned into the fight, partially because of that as well. But also the Lincolns was wasted, or rather the lasso was wasted on his Lincolns because he just like BKB'd and jumped on top of DY. So he had no other choice in terms of what to do.
Man, what a crazy series of events. And welcome to everybody, as I believe all of the other games are concluded at this point. Waiting to see what happens between Xtreme and Evil Geniuses as we're getting down to the wire here. Xtreme smoked up.
They are eliminated if they lose this, for the record.
Xtreme will be eliminated. EG would go into a 3-way tiebreaker against LGD9 Pandas. Whisper jumps forward. Tendrils of the Deep only onto Ghost. Ravage, connection. Need to connect on to Xingqiu. See if they can get that kill. DY is dead. Xtreme, this is not the fight they wanted. Broken. Done. Ghost, he needs to do it all with Paparazzi now. Can they do it? They are large and in charge. And on to Pakaz. Trying to burn through those refraction, hoping to get away. Has the 25 talent, but refraction instances are gone. Pakaz dead. JT comes in for the connection. C-Smile in trouble, gets the blink out of there. But Xtreme, they find a way to win this fight. It cost them a buyback, but well worth it. 2 buybacks, in fact.
Roche.
You have to.
This Roche is exactly what they need right now. JT, he got zoned out of that first fight. He got caught in the tree line by that Ravage. Couldn't get into the play there. And eventually getting annihilated as well with the help of that break once more. But they really don't have a choice. They have to go Roche because no buyback, though. So they can't contest this on the Radiant. A bit surprising.
Yeah.
That they weren't prepped for this one. So it'll be Aegis and Cheese given their way. Pretty good game for the Cheese as well, since they have this Razor to replace his magic wand with it. I guess it's probably going to have the... well, actually, I don't know. Who are they going to have the Aegis to? They have double transformation heroes in a sense, right?
I know. It's really strange.
They are a bad Aegis team.
I think it has to be Paparazzi, though, because he doesn't have buyback either. And I don't know. It just... It feels like this is one of those timings where he needs to sort of have it. It's also strange because they have double Satanic on like Ghost JT, so Cheese is sort of weird with that too.
Maybe you give JT.
They give it to Ghost. Okay.
Okay. All right. Whew, that's a tough one. Yeah. So basically what we mean, in case, you're not so sure, some heroes aren't as good on Aegis because they have certain skills that they kind of have to play the entire fight with. So you think DK turning into the Elder Dragon form, Razor utilizing the Eye of the Storm. Kind of sucks if you use those abilities and then die. It's kind of like with your BKB, right? Same idea.
Yeah.
That can be a bit tough to work around with. On the other hand, though, they're great Cheese heroes. So it's a bit, up and down on that one. At least they get the Cheese.
True.
But, yeah, again, that AC, great item for this game, but it did slow down the progression towards the Agnums and the Manta. So Paparazzi's still working on that. I think his courier must have the point booster. It does.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
It's not super far away.
Ghost is really changing my opinion on Razor as a hero right now. Even like this 20 talent, the Storm Surge movement speed, he looks so freaking cool. This Iascati done, Manta Halberd, Satanic. Like, I don't know how you kill him at this point.
Yeah.
Everything he does counters Pakaz.
I wish he had the Shard. It's unfortunate that I haven't been able to find one for him, but the Tormentors have not been there, and he's also the most farmed, so there's no hope of him getting for a Tormentor because they, I think, only have Shard on Rubik.
Right.
Yeah. The other Shard that would be huge is JT, because a couple of these spears have caught the wrong unit. Like where he tries to spear someone, but it hits Panda instead.
Oh, danger, danger, danger. JT is separated from the rest of his team, but Ghost, first point of contact. Jump forward. Xingqiu, DY, about to die. They get the link off, though, immediately onto Whisper. Now Disarm, doing what damage they can. They can't control C-Smile almost at all. Miss the spear. Pakaz reveals himself. They found him with the gem. Pakaz separated from everybody else, wanting to get there, but the Ravage is out. The turn, trying to kill him off. They get the link up for the moment. Now onto Panda. Another round from Ghost, but they haven't really done the damage they needed. DY back into it. Paparazzi chase. Spear is out. Still no connection. Ghost now wanting to see if he can clean up any of these heroes, but another disarm, another long stun. Nobody on Xtreme is dying, though. Everybody is surviving, but they're all lined up now. Disarm again onto TA. Ghost there with the save. C-Smile starting to burn through him, though. This Queen of Pain, it's too much damage. They couldn't get stuns on the heroes they needed to. And Ghost, he's got to basically do it all himself. None of his cores have buyback. Xingqiu has to get away.
He might be speedy with a Storm Surge, but they're just ignoring him. They're just running around him. They just keep throwing this halberd on top of him there from Whisper. And now they're just focusing the buildings. It's game one all over again. Ignore the heroes. Hit the buildings. Racks are down. I mean, he's huge. You can see it. It's 4v1, and they don't want to take it.
He can't do anything, though. Like you said, there's no answer. And C-Smile's in the fountains. He's just out there with Xingqiu high-fiving each other. I don't know what is going on. Guys, there's a game to play for. Ghost, turned upon now. He's disarmed for a long time. Still has that Aegis. Still has Satanic. They have... He's going to fall. Needs to buy more time for the rest of his team. But EG on their way to the upper bracket tiebreakers if they can close out this game. A last little bit is there. Satanic, not going to be enough. GG is called. Evil Geniuses get the 2-0.
Just complete chaos sown in these fights by C-Smile. Yeah, we didn't get to focus on him too much in this game, but the way that he just chased down those supports for the entirety of the second half of this game was very frustrating for DY and Xingqiu to play. Xingqiu did not get to play in these last engagements. He ended up stealing Meld, unfortunately, and so he just like is weaving around the sides of the fight, trying to find a better spell to steal. He couldn't get that big Ravage steal. That was covered really nicely by Whisper pretty much the entire game. He got the Tendrils a couple times, but I don't think he got Ravage in the second half of this when it really would have mattered.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and again, you see in these fights, I mean, Sonic Wave early, you talked about C-Smile, what he had to do, and the fact that he was able to make so many moves around the map. It was pivotal. He ends up doing the most damage on Evil Geniuses, 55,000 damage done. And, you know, Ghost on the other side did a lot too, but when it mattered, they couldn't kill heroes, right? You have these big 3 tanky cores. You have Razor, you have Mars, you have DK. It's strong. It doesn't die easily, but they just couldn't get the kills.
Then also, consider the way C-Smile played that whole game, and he only died twice. That's kind of insane. He was just doing the absolute YOLO blinks, getting in there, providing lots of vision and setup. I think the TA traps, again, you go back and you watch how many times the silences came to play, and you just see the value of the shard and how absolutely ridiculous it is. Like, even just like, you know, simple stuff over and over and over again. Constantly silencing these little heroes on the sidelines. So annoying to play against.
Absolutely.
That Ravage right there was heartbreaking. JT getting caught in that tree line up there was because he was lurking, waiting for that exact situation to happen so he could jump in with the arena to counter that follow-up play that Pakaz was surely going to be coming in from, and he wasn't able to get it. And then that allows Pakaz to delay his BKB so much longer in that engagement because of it.
Oh, it was really good. I mean, they did end up killing Pakaz, but it didn't matter. That they needed that fight to be a demonstrative win, and they had to use buybacks for it, which hurt the item progression even further. And, you know, the lack of item progression and this huge gold lead is what allowed this fight to just eventually be ground down by Evil Geniuses. Really, really solid stuff from EG in the end. And again, as we said, that sets us up for a 3-way tiebreaker between 9 Pandas, Evil Geniuses, and LGD. Spirit and Gaming Gladiators also tied. OG and Xtreme also tied. But I don't believe that those positions are going to require tiebreakers to get played out. There's a chance they might. Listen in more to the mainstream, obviously. But that's only one group. A 3-way tiebreaker in one group, and there's still potentially more in the other group. A lot of Dota is going to be played here, Trent. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, things are a little more lopsided in the other group. You have some teams that are clearly on top and some that are clearly at the bottom. Right. But there are still potentials for ties for sure, especially when it comes to those eliminations, depending on how Shopify, TSM, and Tundra do in their last series. So while they sort out the tiebreaker madness of Group A, we'll play out through Group B, and then we'll figure out exactly how we're going to do it. Because it tends to depend like how many teams you have in the tiebreakers, what format you're going to do, whether we're going to do some best of ones or some best of threes. Yeah, we'll have to wait for the admins to let us know what the plan is.
All right, we'll see you all on the other side of this break as we get ready for our second series of the day. See you all.